Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 1 of the Rogue Hunters podcast. Today we have Brian,
Hello.
Waves,
Hello.
and myself, Snickle. We've got some great topics to discuss today, but before we get started, I wanted to give a little introduction since this is the pilot to this podcast. We want to introduce ourselves and get a little background of who we are along with what this podcast is. Long story short, we are gamers, but more specifically, we are trophy hunters. We appreciate collecting notifications, and this podcast will be mainly focused on gaming and trophy content, but we will mix it up with upcoming weeks and include some random topics still related to, of course, gaming and trophies. We plan to host this podcast weekly in order to discuss some of the hot topics going on within gaming. It will mainly be hosted by the three of us, but we plan to have guests here and there. With that being said, if you have any specific topics that you want us to discuss, please be sure to leave them in the comments below of this video or tweet us at rogue_hunters on Twitter. We will field all suggestions and consider them for upcoming episodes. Enough with my rambling. Let's get into who we are. Do you want to start us off, Brian?
Yeah, I'm Invader Brain or Buja, whatever. I have like 6 different accounts that I don't use. Hey, it's true. Basically, just a normal guy. Collects PlayStation trophies just for fun. Mod for Snickle once in a while on his streams. Go subscribe. Pretty much that's it for me.
Shameless plugs.
Gotta love them.
I guess we can ask each other this question since we're doing introductions. So I'll ask you, Brian.
All right.
What got you into trophy hunting, and what got you into gaming? That's kind of like a general. The second one's kind of general.
Let's see, really gaming. Brings me back to playing games with my dad when I was growing up. Me and him used to play NBA Jam on the Sega Genesis.
Oh my, a classic.
I know, right? And basically trophy hunting because 100% games and get more bang for your money, I feel. You spend $60 on a game, might as well get everything you can. Get them your money's worth.
That's true. Sometimes it goes over the edge, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like some multiplayer. But we won't get into that.
Not this week, at least.
That Bioshock 2.
Oh, don't even get me started, dude. It's been my fucking life for years now, just doing multiplayer. Jesus.
What's that?
Someone's got to do it, right? Someone's got to do it.
Yeah. And you talk everybody into doing it.
I mean, I can't do it alone sometimes. I wish I could. All right. So, who are you, the Waves 400?
I'm just a dude playing games, collecting trophies. I think out of all of us, I've known Snickle the most.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't even know like how long we've known each other. Since like
2013, probably 2014.
2013, probably.
Somewhere around there.
Whenever AC Unity came out.
AC Unity, 2014.
Oh yeah, so 2014.
I still know that.
I think I started trophy hunting around the PS4 time, like around that time it came out. Because I just couldn't get that many games anymore. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm going to try to get the most out of my games now. And then that's how the addiction started.
I mean, that is the worst way to put it, but yeah.
First time I played a game was like PS2, though.
Okay.
Got Jack and Daxter and Crash. Wrath of Cortex.
Nice.
Some classics.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how I got into games.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll get a job one day in it.
Hey, I mean, you're making progress.
Right.
We'll see.
We'll see. And
what about you, Snickle?
Yeah, what about me? So, I am the Snickle. Like you guys, I collect notifications as well. It's a lot of fun. I've got a decent amount of them.
You're also a big time YouTuber.
Yeah, you know, I don't like to flaunt it, but like kind of a big deal. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Nah, I mean, I can start with that. So, I mean, most of you probably know me over these guys because, you know, I do YouTube, but what got me into trophy YouTubing was, you know, back in probably 2012 or so, 2011 actually. It was when I was kind of getting into trophies, and the thing that, well, I could talk about this later, but the thing that got me into making videos was I'm not sure if anyone knows this, I was actually pretty adamant and helping a lot of people with getting a trophy in Skate 3 called Sellout. I'm not sure if you guys know what that one is.
No.
So it's basically a trophy where you have to upload like an image to the EA server, and then you have to download it from their server to the game, put it on your skater, and then play with it.
Okay.
And for years it was broken. It's broken now, obviously, because the site is down. But I probably made a dozen guides on another channel that were like walking people through every single problem that anyone could have had. And then it kind of evolved into one of my series that I make now on my channel is like the main reason why I wanted to start doing it. It's my How to Platinum series. I really wanted to like help people. I wanted to help people get platinums, but I didn't want to do like a let's play. I wanted to kind of do it like quick, concise, kind of tell you how you should be playing the game, and then you go play it and get it done, or try to get it done that way. So that's actually kind of why I started YouTube, was that How to Platinum series, and it's gone through a lot of iterations to get where it is today.
Nice.
But
it's at a good place now. So.
I mean, yeah, I think it's pretty good. I mean, it can still use some stuff here and there, and I'm trying to up the editing. But, you know, it's just me. So, you know, it ain't the easiest.
Right. So when did you start gaming then?
So I started gaming. I don't even know how old I was. I was really young. I used to go over to my uncle's house. He had a PS2 and I would play games all the time. And then eventually at one point, one Christmas, I don't even know when it was. One Christmas, my dad got an original Xbox. My mom got my dad an original Xbox, and it became my Xbox, kind of. And I really just played like any game that I got, I played on it. That's where my like addiction for like racing games actually started, because we had like a steering wheel back then to play games. And I always just wanted to play a game to like 100%. I wanted to get all the collectibles. I wanted that like stat screen in the menu to say 100%. I wanted to do like everything in the game. So that kind of transitioned into trophy hunting. And to be fair, the weird thing is like when you get into trophy hunting, you don't even like, at least back in the earlier days, like they didn't like advertise trophy hunting, or they didn't like advertise trophies. Nor did they like achievements. So like you didn't even know what these were. You're just playing the game and some notification pops up on your screen and you're like, what is going on here?
When I first got my PS3, it didn't even have trophies because I didn't update it because I didn't know it could connect to the internet. So like I played through Godfather 2. And then when I finally connected my PS3 to the internet, all these trophies just started popping. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely like a weird feeling. I think it's easier for people nowadays because you kind of make like a conscious decision to get into it. You know what it is before you're getting into it. Like back when like, and I didn't even start back when it came out. I started back in like 2010, I think, somewhere around there. And it was like the same thing, you know. I had a PS2. I played on an original Xbox. I got a PS2. I was playing on a Wii, and then eventually I was like, I want to get a PS3 because I really wanted to play. I really wanted to play Midnight Club LA and GTA 4. Those were the two games like I really wanted to play. And I remember I got them, and then I started popping these things in the corner, and then I started looking at them, and then I was like, wait, like I can actually do this stuff. I don't know what I'm going to get out of it, but I can actually do it. And then that's kind of where it started. Then I started getting into more games, borrowed like AC2 from my friend, got the platinum in that because I like was like, oh, cool. I can get like all of these like notifications. And then that's where it started for me. Now we're down a long rabbit hole.
Yeah, I didn't really start trophy on a PS3. I mainly on the 4, and that's when I was working like afternoon shift. I was getting home at like midnight, and I'll stay up to like 4 in the morning. I had nothing to do, so I started gaming. And I'm like, oh, this is fun. oh, there's a trophy. And after that, I'm like, oh, I got a platinum. What the heck's a platinum?
Yeah. And the thing that I find the weirdest about the whole thing is like you don't really like notice it at first. And then when you talk about it from people from the outside, it almost seems like weird. Like when you try to like explain it to people, they're like, what do you mean? And you're like, oh, I'm just like collecting, like my PlayStation has like this list of things that I can do and I'm doing them. And then I'm playing the game. Yeah. Like it's almost weird to like when you like say it out loud, but like I don't, it's just like, I think it's like satisfying. It's like therapeutic, honestly.
It's that ding, you know?
Yeah. That ding, and then like when you finally get it done, like that like satisfaction you get when you actually like platinum a game is like beyond. Especially if it's something like stupid. It's so satisfying.
I think my first platinum was probably Horizon Zero Dawn when I first started trophy hunting.
Okay, actually, that's a good question. What was all of our first platinums? Brian was Horizon.
Mine was Sly Cooper in the Thievius Raccoonus.
I can't get in the game, so
I'm gonna have to take Wave's account away from him. No, I'm just joking. It's a good game.
That was my first platinum, and I didn't get that until like 2 years after making my account.
Yeah, it's I always think back to it, like back when it all started, and it's just such a strange thought of like I said, nowadays I feel like people make like conscious decisions to like get into it because there's like a community, there's like a site to track it, there's all this stuff. Like back in like 2010 and stuff, there was like PlayStation trophies or PS3 trophies at the time, but like no one, you didn't like consciously get into it. You're just like, oh, I unlocked all of these. Okay, cool. I'm going on to the next one. I'm going on to the next one. So
like I knew about trophies back then when I had my PS3 and all that, but I never like actually really got into the trophy hunting. And now there's a part of me which like, man, I wish I kind of would have did. I would have got probably a lot of games done that or can't get done anymore, you know?
Yeah.
I got into it because I started listening to Podcast Beyond when Greg Miller and forget the other guy's name, Colin, were on it. And then they were talking about it, and then that's when I looked into it, and I was like, "Oh man, this looks fun."
Yeah, it's honestly crazy.
But it is crazy when you talk to other people about it. Like when I talk to my cousin, I tell him, "Oh yeah, I'm playing this game over again to get this trophy." He's like, "You play your games more than once?" And the fact that's like even a question to a lot of people just shows you
that it's not
a lot
normal.
of people don't play their games like more than once.
Yeah, I think where it's almost different is because the way that I think back on it is like, for instance, when I got into it, right, when I first learned about trophies, I guess I should say, because like AC2 is like an awful representation because like I mean, I guess you technically have to do everything in that game, but there's like extra trophies kind of, but like a game that I think about that kind of gives you the platinum or a lot of the trophies as you're playing through is like GTA 4. And I played the shit out of that game back when I got my PS3. So like I was just naturally going for the 100% in the game because like that's what I did on every other GTA that I played. And then I realized I'm like, oh shit, like I did all these, but I have to do this stupid online now. And I ended up doing it back in the day, which was like stupid of me, but you know, whatever.
Now that I think about it, technically my first platinum was Turok, but it didn't have trophies. It had achievements in the game.
That is a topic I want to cover in like an upcoming podcast, is why certain games didn't get trophies previously, but they had achievements.
Yeah, trophies didn't come out when PS3 first started, correct?
No, it was.
Yeah, I think it came out in 2008.
It was like a year or so after.
Okay.
Year and some change, maybe.
The PS3 came out in 2006. I think the trophies came out in 2008.
Yeah. It was a little bit behind. But yeah, like you said, like it's just weird to like say it to somebody else, or like even to just sit down and think about like, oh, I'm just playing this game for some notifications. Sounds kind of weird. But hey, it's satisfying.
Or when you got family members walking, didn't you repeat this game? Yes, I need to beat it again.
Yeah. Or, you know, you're going for like Killzone 2 and you're mom comes upstairs and she's like, "Why are you shooting that guy in the head 4 times?" And you just look at her and she walks out. I mean, that's kind of what you go through too, right?
Or you're playing a fighting game and your brother comes in, he's like, "Why do you keep punching this guy?"
Oh yeah. Yeah. Or you're doing a game and you're literally like, for instance, like car X drift racing, literally drifting in a circle all day long. Why is your what is that? What is that noise? Oh, my PlayStation is just on right now.
Mortal Kombat 9 leaving your PS3 on all night so you get the 24-hour stuff done.
Yeah, because who's gonna play 24 hours legitimately? Are you kidding me?
With every character.
So I think that's a pretty solid introduction to kind of who we are. How we got into everything. We will link like all of our socials and everything will be linked down below. We all have Twitters, YouTubes, Twitches. I'm not sure. Wave streams every once in a while.
I'm in the process of building everything, YouTube and Twitch. So
Brian's in the process.
I'm just kind of chilling. I'm not like
this is what
super creator.
This is what Waves does. He's kind of just like sitting there one night and he's like, "Yo, that share button on my PS4 controller looks super juicy. I'm gonna click that one tonight." And then next thing you know, he's streaming.
It's usually Devil May Cry.
It's usually Devil May Cry.
Usually, yeah. But
I'm gonna switch it up soon. I'm gonna play some Bug Snacks.
Oh,
nice.
Some Bug Snatch, nice.
Probably some Demon Souls for me.
But we'll leave all that. We'll leave it all down in the description below if you want to go follow us anywhere. It'll all be down there. So we kind of hit on it in the intro, but like, do you want to talk about how we met?
Sure.
I guess we
kind of hit on it, but like, I guess to start off, so I started YouTube. I then was on like a group channel with Trophy Hunters Gaming. I'm sure people know about that. I did that, and I believe that's actually where I met Waves.
Yeah.
Through Trophy Hunters Gaming.
Back then, you were the guy who never talked to anyone.
Yeah,
but sometimes you'd send a message in the fucking server.
I was the guy that just had the Discord, but never had it on. I literally was against Discord for the longest time. I was like, that's so stupid to have a Discord. I was MIA. And then when did you come through, Brian? Do you remember? Did you write it in a journal or something?
No. See, I've been subscribed to Stickles Twitch for about 2 years now, almost.
Should I be probably
about that long? Yeah, man.
Sheesh.
I think I met Brian 2 years ago.
Yeah, I knew about Snickle because I used to watch. I was subbed to his channel on YouTube, and then I found him on Twitch. So then I started talking in chat one day, and I just remember one night it was like 3 a.m, and we're still freaking talking.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and then I met Waves through that as well, and I got in a boosting session for Star Wars Battlefront 2 with you guys.
I wasn't in. Wait, was I in that one?
I think you were. Yeah, and then we watched. Shit, Mac and Me.
Yeah.
Solid boosting session. We watched Mac and Me together while playing Star Wars Battlefront 2.
And it's been all downhill from there, I guess.
Yeah, sounds about right. That sounds about right. I think we all. I mean, we're all here now because we just had similar viewpoints. We all play games together. You know, we all talk to each other. It's funny because a lot of people ask me that. I get that question a lot, like every once in a while, where people will be like, "Hey, like, how do I join your friend group?" And I was like, "You don't even ask, dude. You literally just sign on and you talk."
Right.
Yeah, just play games with us or something like that. You just get on.
Like just literally be. You don't have to be on like at every beckoning call, but like if you see we're on and we're talking, hop in.
Show up.
Yeah, and I know like some people probably can't control it, but like don't be like weird or anything too. I feel like that. I feel like that's a big thing that happens is like. I mean, I'm not even saying like I'm like this like big person, but like I feel like people come in sometimes and it's almost like awkward Which I know it's hard, but like whatever.
Yeah, because they're like, oh man, it's the Snickle.
Yeah, it's the actual Snickle here. No. No,
And be able to take a joke.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Take a joke and don't spam.
Oh, please don't spam.
Don't spam. I swear to you, I'm the most chill person ever.
On that note, we'll probably have a
spammer.
A link. No, I was gonna say a link to the Discord in the description or something like that.
Yeah, I'll link it. I'll just link it to like, I have a Discord for myself. We'll just link it to that one. Notification squad, you know.
Yeah,
getting these notifications out here. All right,
where the true trophy athletes play.
That's true. That is true. We are some true trophy athletes out here. That's how we be doing it.
Be out here getting platinums, baby.
Yeah, you know what? Matter of fact, that's a perfect transition. So why did we pick this name for the podcast?
Mainly I picked it because Rogue Hunters, because we really don't trophy hunt like the new trophy hunters do, per se. Like, they go for all the Radawicas, it seems like. And we kind of don't.
Yeah. I think that's the best way to explain it.
What are you working on right now, Snickle? AC Valhalla?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm working on Watch Dogs Legion. Even worse. And Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm working on Devil May Cry 5.
There you go.
I think it's sad to say, but like I feel like we almost have become the anomaly to trophy hunters.
Yeah.
Sadly. A lot of trophy hunters nowadays, all they care about is the numbers and how many platinums they can get, and they are shamelessly playing the same game 6 times, and I don't think any of us are like that. We may throw some easy games in every once in a while, like a slapper like My Name is Mayo 2 or something, but got to do the series. So got to do the series, but no, we mainly picked again, like Brian said, we picked the name because we feel like we're not like all the other trophy hunters.
We're like the old guard or whatever.
Yeah.
The main of most of the platinums we get is because we want to get them and not because easy game.
And we do the 100%. We do the DLC. We gotta do the series if we can.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's on the PS3. I'm doing it. That's my favorite console ever.
Okay. I got the PS3, the PS4, and the PS5 hooked up right now. So
hell yeah, and my PS2 could be hooked up too, but it's just it ain't happening.
The PS3 over there somewhere.
No, matter of fact, I'm a top Brian, even though I don't have a PS5. I'm a top Brian. I got the PS TV plugged in too.
Okay, you beat me there. But I got the Vita.
Listen, I can top all of you right now, but I'm not going to.
Top us. Let's hear it.
I got the 4, the 5, the 3, the 2, the 1, the 2 Vitas, and the TV.
You actually plugged in your 3?
Yep.
Crap.
Do you have a PSP hanging around?
It's somewhere here.
Yeah, mine too. I don't think it turns on though.
The battery probably died or some shit.
Yeah, like infinitely died. Like it's not charging ever again.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Shit blew up right inside.
So, each week, I guess we're gonna just start off with like a segment each week where we're just gonna talk about we can just give like a quick a few minute discussion of games that we've kind of been playing, and we can just talk. I mean, between the three of us, we can talk about any of these games that we've been playing. Just have a little discussion. You want to start off, Waves?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm mainly playing Devil May Cry 5 right now, the PS4 version. Trying to get those S's on all the missions.
How close are you?
I'm like so fucking close. I just need to do like a few missions on Hell in Hell, which is where you die in one hit, but everyone else doesn't. And then I got another few missions in another difficulty, which shouldn't be hard.
This is Waves on the platinum right now. He's at.
I'm missing one fucking trophy right now.
He's sniffing it up right now. He's all over it.
I'm all over it.
You'll have it by this weekend.
other than that, I've been playing some Demon's Souls sometimes. Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition sometimes, and Spider-Man Miles Morales. That's about it.
Nice.
Wait, are you liking Spider-Man Miles Morales? I know Brian got it done. Sorry, I just broke into Brian's week, but
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, it's fun. I haven't like sat down and like purely played it. I think it's cool hearing Spanish that isn't just the stereotypical like, hey pendejo, we're gonna kill you.
Hey, what's up, SA?
So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure it's a super easy platinum, like every fucking Spider-Man Sony game.
What the best thing is about that game?
What's that?
What?
They added New Game Plus as a base game trophy.
Hey, we didn't ask for that.
Whoa.
I have to play New Game. I have to play this option that they put in the game? What?
How am I going to play the game in months?
How can I? You're gonna make me play it twice? What? What? Nah, I'm just joking.
Oh, the ray tracing on Spider-Man Miles Morales is pretty insane.
It is. Oh my god.
I feel like when I eventually get a PS5 and play it, I might just like explode.
You
Are
might.
you still playing on 3?
I'm mainly playing on performance mode because I'm just used to 60 FPS.
Yeah.
So my eyes just start dying if I'm looking at a 30 FPS screen.
Well, yeah, because you can pick between like it's like performance or resolution, right? In most games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did performance as well.
Yeah, I would do that too. It's the one game that I play for fun that I can't play on the PS4 anymore is Rocket League. Because I played on PC at 4K at 144 hertz, and I literally can't play 1080p 60 frames. My peasant eyes can't handle it anymore. So I kind of ruined it for myself.
The one thing that I guess we'll talk about this later. So I just let Brian talk about what he's been playing.
Okay. Yeah, what you been playing, Brian?
Oh, tonight I got the platinum, and my name is Mayo 2.
Mm-hmm. Wave's
I
got
forgot about that.
Wave's got that slapper as well. So
I've been playing a little bit of AC Valhalla, which I like it so far.
Mm-hmm.
Watch Dogs Legion, not a big fan. I think Watch Dogs 2 is still the better Watch Dogs game.
Okay.
And then I did the Ghost of Tsushima raid with you guys last week.
Yep.
I wanted to die doing that raid.
What do you mean, dude?
Hey, I got it done.
Dude,
And
The second one at least.
Yeah. I was gonna say the third one you took her to Pound Town, but the second one, yeah.
I get you drunk and play online games more often.
Yeah.
Oh, if I probably did DMC5 while I was drunk, I'd just probably have that platinum by tonight.
Yeah, I don't know why you don't do it.
Get drunk, stream it.
So my question with Watch Dogs, because I have it on the 4, but I haven't played it yet.
Okay.
Like, so what? I know you mentioned that you didn't like it because of the stat tracking, kind of. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah. Well, you know, in any Ubisoft game, when you look on the map, you get like a little check mark when you've been somewhere, right?
Yep.
Or if you complete area.
Yep.
Well, the problem is with this, you got to go to like every bar. There's 26 and have a drink there, and play a game of darts on every dart game, and there's 21. And all the dart games are found in the bars. But the problem is, it doesn't tell you what bars you've been to.
That's kind of weird. It's almost like they want you to like do it all at one time.
Yeah, well, and I was reading that like the big thing about Watch Dogs Legion, you can play as any character in the game, right? Well, apparently it doesn't track right if you mix it up into different people. So you kind of have to do it all with the same person.
It's kind of weird.
And then there's one more collectible in the game. It's like you like paint walls or whatever, like a stencil on a wall. And those don't even keep track of where you've been, if you done them or not.
Sheesh.
And there's like 50 of those.
You would think simple stat tracking would be easy in a game, especially when they've done it in the past where, like, for instance, I don't know if it was Assassin's Creed Origins or Odyssey, but like when you completed a location, it like graded out.
I think it was Origins.
Yeah, you would think that they would be able to do something.
The thing is that they should already have the simple stat tracking like inside the game in the code somewhere, because obviously the game's already programmed in the way for that trophy to pop.
Right.
So the fact that they don't just put it on the screen somewhere in an easy way is ridiculous to me.
Like, the Ubisoft Connect app, to see if it kept track on there. Nothing.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point, Waves. Like when I was in college, I took it was simple, but like a coding class, we did Python, and like even doing like a simple Python class, which is like nowhere close to what these like developers are doing. Like even in that, you sit there and you're like, how the fuck do you like mess stat tracking up?
Like, that's like one of the first things they teach you to do.
Yeah, it seems so basic.
Simple numbers into a list. I mean, I don't know. I think they use Snowdrop or something like that as their game engine. I don't know like what language it uses or some shit like that. But I feel like doing something like that should be simple. It's one of the very first things you learn in coding. So
yeah, a game that pissed me off with that was Mad Max back when I played it in 2015, because Avalanche Studios is notorious for being awful with stat tracking. And I just remember always asking myself, like, dude, how do you, like, Avalanche Studios only makes open world games. How do you guys how have you not grasped the concept of stat tracking? Like, I just don't get it. And God bless their soul when that new Harry Potter game comes out.
Oh, man.
You guys better pray that it can track your stats, because when Harry Cooter is coming after you, you better hope you have everything saved.
I cannot believe they're making that Harry Potter game.
Hey, that's a day one buy. I don't care what you say.
Oh, hell yeah, day one buy, but...
That's like the last studio I'd ever expect to make a Harry Potter game.
Yeah.
That is true. I mean, their track record does not lead towards Harry Potter.
Let's get the guys who made Just Cause to make Harry Potter.
Hey, I mean, makes sense, right? All right. Anything else, Brian, or is that?
No, that's all I've really been playing. Miles Morales, I got the platinum in, and then Astro's Playroom, I got the platinum in this week as well.
Oh, yeah. Can we talk a little bit about that game?
That game is awesome.
Go ahead.
That game is amazing and a great piece of like just PlayStation history in general.
Yeah. When you get your PS5 sample, that's the first game you gotta play. It's free. It's already on their system, but it's really fun, and it hits the nostalgia really well.
I would love for Sony to make that. Like, I already know the whole Astrobot dudes are already kind of a franchise, but like expand on like that Astrobot type of gameplay, because I know there's the VR game and then there's the fucking PlayStation camera game on PS4. But like the type of game that they made for the PS5, you can tell they put so much love into that game.
It really did. Like,
and I would love to just see a sequel to that game. I'd pay $60 for that game probably.
The way the game flows is so great.
Yeah,
the final boss is awesome. It is really nostalgic.
I was gonna say, I think like I saw everyone playing that game, but I think I had a sour taste in my mouth at first because I kept thinking of the VR game on the PS4.
Oh,
and I was like, who wants to play this? Like, who's playing this trash on the 5? Like, what? But that's honestly, you guys are the first people that I've heard say like it's like a masterpiece, kind of. So,
like, I played just to get used to the controller.
Wait, what?
I played just to get like the haptic feedback on the controller, see how it was, and then I just got hooked on the game and I ended up playing for like 5 hours.
There's like little nuggets of like just PlayStation nostalgia on every single level.
Yeah, there's like, Easter eggs everywhere.
There's like a Crash, like a bot dressed up as Crash, just dancing as like the Crash dance.
There's a bot of Kratos and Atreus on a boat.
Yeah, they've even got like Devil May Cry in there.
Yep,
that's crazy.
Just a bunch of like, it's fun.
It really is.
I'd love for like Sony to expand on like a game like that.
All right, so that's gonna be like a first play for me whenever I get my 5.
Yes.
Whenever.
Hey,
Soon.
I mean,
next week you get some luck.
I'm gonna try tomorrow at Walmart for their next drop, but I doubt it's gonna happen.
Oh, do they have one tomorrow? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3, but I'm not gonna fall for the scalpers. We'll talk about that later.
Oh no.
No one should.
No.
Alright.
What have you been playing, Snickle?
What have I been playing? Well, how far back do you want me to go?
Well,
Let's try to keep it to this week, I guess.
We'll keep it to this week. All right. Well, the only thing I'll talk about outside of this week was, because I guess it's kind of a big thing because it's like just what I do. The last game that I did multiplayer for, like strictly multiplayer for, was Tomb Raider on the PS3.
ooh.
Yeah, that was a stinker.
Did you
But
finish it?
yeah, I ended up finishing it, so that was nice.
Did the game crash on you like 2 times while you were leveling up?
Well, it crashed on me more than 2 times, but I got really pissed off. But then I realized after the fact that it actually saved my XP when it crashed. So
Nice.
I ended up not being mad. But that was like when I was at level like 58, I figured that out. So basically I was done. But I have like I keep like a list of like PS3, like shit PS3 multiplayers I still need to do. So that was the last one. I did work on, so I did, I got an early copy of Perplexing Orb 2, which was fantastic. If anyone, like, you guys should pick that game up, honestly. I think it's $10 might be a little steep for it, but if it's ever on a sale, I would, like, suggest it. It's actually, like, a fun little puzzle game.
Okay.
And I'm not just putting that in as, like, a plug for the homie Eli. Like, I'm being serious. Like, it's actually, like, a fun game.
You guys support the homie.
Yeah. Yeah,
I gotta support the small time developers. Yeah.
Hell yeah, I bought the first one. I didn't even know the first one came out on the 4. So when I got the second one, I was like, damn. And then I looked the first one up. I was like, it's right there. So I bought it. So I'm gonna do the first one. It's on my list.
Tag him in this so he knows he got the shout out.
Oh yeah, yeah. Check my homie Eli out over at Treefall Studios. That's the man. Support him. He makes some good games. But other than that, we did the raid in Ghost of Tsushima Legends. It was all right. I don't know if I'll ever do it again, but it was all right.
No.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna do that.
I actually did a decent amount of online for Dead Island on the PS3. I think I only have 1 trophy left, which is to just play with 10 people, which I'm actually coordinating with Cats with to get 7 alt accounts on to help me. Yeah, that one kind of sucks because it's 10 people for 15 minutes each. It's not just like 10 people total, so it's going to take like 2 hours for me to finish that.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
that's when you put on a movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I went on my list,
dude. So I went back to play it. This is like the way I got this game is like a whole story. But anyway, back when I played it back in whatever 2012, I thought it was dog shit. And to be fair, it is dog shit, okay? It visually doesn't look good. The textures are awful, the pop-in is awful. The UI, surprisingly, the UI isn't that bad. But what makes it more bearable is if you play Dying Light before you play Dead Island, and then you go back and play Dead Island, it doesn't feel as chunky, because it's kind of like a chunky game. Like, you actually have weight. Like, your character feels like they have weight, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And if you play Dying Light, you are already used to that, except Dying Light is, like, way more fluid, so it's, like, more bearable when you go to play Dead Island. So that's my suggestion.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna play Dead Island.
I gotta get the platinum, man. Gotta do the series.
I thought I had Dead Island, but I don't, so I'm just gonna keep it like that.
Okay, I mean, all right then. You should keep it that way then. Wait. Do you have Dying Light though?
I do, but
you're treading on thin ice with that one. That's a close.
I got like 4 trophies in it, I think.
All right. You should go finish it. It's a good game, but all right. Well, I'll keep going. I was able to finish up Hitman Blood Money. I've been on stream and off stream. Just in general, I've been alternating franchises between Hitman and Star Wars, and then throwing a game in between. So Finished up Hitman Blood Money. That took me longer than I wanted to. And then also got My Name is Mayo 2, and then I've been working on for the past I guess only like 2 days, AC Valhalla. So that's all I've been playing. But
how are you liking AC Valhalla?
So
since you're the Mr. AC fan.
Yeah. So I guess we can put that little disclaimer. I'm like I'm not going to say like I'm a big AC fan, but it's probably one of my like more favorite franchises between the PS3, PS4, and now PS5. But I have to say I'm actually satisfied with the game. I think I'm actually more than satisfied with the game. So, it actually feels like an Assassin's Creed game, if that makes sense. And I guess if you look at what was given last year with Odyssey, well, if you look at what was given the year before with Origins, I think people were mixed with Origins when it came in because it was a new style of game, but it turned out to be something like pretty solid. I think we can all agree to that. And then Odyssey came out, and now as I'm looking back on it, like, and I didn't like Odyssey when I played it, and looking back on it now, like Odyssey literally feels like a DLC for Origins. Like it doesn't feel like its own game. Like literally, who made Odyssey? Was it Quebec? Yeah, Quebec.
Quebec, yeah.
Quebec literally said, "Hey, Origins, I know this new thing on my computer. I can press Control C and then Control V, and then we can just change the name of it." That's kind of like what they did. Like there was literally no new functions to it. You had superpowers. Like you couldn't die. It just wasn't like an Assassin's Creed game at all. There was no stealth. There was nothing. It was awful. With Valhalla, like it's not like that. There's stealth. The whole like bird mechanic is like almost useless kind of now, which is kind of nice. They have like stealth mechanics where like there's like actual social stealth where you can put your hood up and kind of walk around in restricted areas and people don't see you. There's I think it's called like Odin's Sight now, which is kind of like the old what was it called? The Animus. Yeah, Eagle Vision, the old Eagle Vision. It literally feels just like the old Eagle Vision. Like it's awesome. The sounds the game makes, like when you're in the menus, when you visit a viewpoint, like it just feels like Assassin's Creed, which is kind of nice.
Feels like a return to form then, I guess.
Oh yeah. And the thing that I like about it the most is like the way that the game actually plays. Like if you play Origins, you can kind of feel that it plays like it almost plays like Unity. Like when Bayek runs, it feels like the run mechanic from Unity and Syndicate, which makes sense because it was built off that engine. And then Odyssey feels like the run mechanic in like any of the AC multiplayer games. But Valhalla, like at first feels like Origins, but then as you play, it like feels like its own game, which is really nice.
I might have to actually pick it up.
Yeah, it feels like it completely feels like its own game. The only gripe that I have about the game is the combat. It can be a little chunky, just because like when your character is like climbing or moving around the map, it's very like methodical and it makes sense. And then you get into combat and you start sliding all over the place, kind of, and it's like, okay, what the fuck's going on here? So I wish they would have toned that down a little bit, but yeah, I can't suggest it anymore. And another thing that they fixed, which everyone was complaining about in Odyssey. So you know how you were going around Odyssey and you would open the map up and there'd be like 5 trillion question marks on the map? And you're like, I don't know where to start. So the way they do it with Valhalla is there's regions, but there's not question marks. They're just like these little orbs around the map. And there's 3 colored orbs. There's like a big gold orb, a little gold orb, and then a blue orb. And they just signify like things. Like the blue orb signifies like if you're gonna do a flyting, which is basically like wrapping somebody. It can be like a mystery. Like it can signify like all of these things, but it's just additional content. The big gold orbs are like collectibles, and then the little gold orbs are like materials that you can use to upgrade your character. But You don't like walk into like a fort and it like tells you in the corner, you have to kill 3 bosses and there's 5 chests here and there's 1 big chest. And then you also need to do a 360 with your like your axe while you're jumping from the top. Like there's none of that extra bullshit. Like it's very like cut and dry, which is really nice.
Thank God.
Sorry, I went way in there, but like I've been thinking about it like all day today, and I think like every complaint that I had from Odyssey has been like remedied other than the combat.
Oh yeah, thank God, because like I think Odyssey just kind of broke AC for me.
Yeah, it definitely did. Like I hated it when I started playing it, and it really pisses me off because, you know, I'm not saying like I'm like some super AC fan, but like AC was the game that got me into trophies. To be like, it was one of the games that got me into trophies, and it's been a game that I've followed like every year it comes out. I followed it. And when Odyssey came out, it was just like, it was almost like a kick in the nuts because they paid attention to like nothing, like lore, like back in time or in present day was dog shit. Like you were basically like a superhero. Like the whole game was like poop. Like it was honestly so trash. And like Quebec had like 0, like they didn't think about anything. They just copied all this shit from Origins because they said it worked, and they made it worse in Odyssey. But now Montreal has like crafted a whole, like it feels like a whole new game, which it should. Like it's a new game. It should feel like a new game, and it does.
What else have you been playing?
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, I just got super passionate about Assassin's Creed there for a few minutes. So.
No, yeah, it sounds like a good game now. You played it too, right, Brian?
He's muted.
Okay, he'll be back probably.
Yeah. He's fine. He's fine.
Did you fix the audio problem?
Which one?
Snickle?
What audio?
There just wasn't any sound coming out of your game when you were streaming it.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't. So what I did was, so again, it's funny because I didn't even mention this when I was talking about when I was talking about all this stuff. I didn't even mention it. By the way, Brian will be right back. He's having some technical issues. No, so I didn't fix it, and it is kind of really annoying. But basically, I'm having this bug right now where
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, we can
cool.
hear you. I'm having this bug right now where I'm playing the game, and anytime I get into a dialogue that is outside of the in-game engine, I don't know what you want to call it, like when it goes to like a cutscene or whatever, or you're not able to like control the character, the audio cuts out, like the voice is cut out. And I don't know why it's doing it. I tried restarting my PS4. I tried restarting the game. I tried switching my audio settings from my PS4. I turned HDR off. I did all this shit, even though HDR would have like nothing to do with it. I literally turned like all these settings to like default and still didn't fix it. So I don't know what's going on.
I wonder what's making you do that.
Even with that bug, I still don't hold it against the game. Like it's still like, I think if you haven't picked the game up, I mean, if you don't have the money, you know, wait for it. But I think it's definitely like a worthwhile game to play.
Well, 2 points I would like to make. One, it's a Ubisoft game, so I'm expecting it to be a little broke when it first comes out.
Yeah.
And my second point, my biggest gripe with Odyssey was that Bayek meant nothing.
That's true. Well, so my biggest gripe with Odyssey is just that nothing meant nothing. Like your story that you were playing as in like back in time meant nothing. Like that story meant nothing towards anything that had been discussed previously. Like that game took place, like didn't it take place before Origins, which is the origin of the whole series?
Yeah.
Like how does that even make any sense? And then you have the present day game, which still makes no sense. Like, and when you play the DLC, you literally laugh at the game. You're like, is this lady that stupid? Like, is she that dumb? It turns into a comedy, actually. But I mean, it is what it is.
Did they keep Layla?
So I haven't gotten to the present day in Valhalla because I've been basically exploring the prologue map.
Okay.
Which is, I think it's Norway, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I've been exploring that map everywhere that I can. It's split up into 2 sections. I'm only exploring the 1 section. But I think Layla's still in it. But I've heard that the present day is like way better than Odyssey. But I'll inform you of that when I get to it.
Yeah, keep us updated.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep you updated.
See, I was happy when Ubisoft now still do it bi-yearly, and that's when we got Origins. And yeah, then they're like, oh, Odyssey's next in the year. I'm like, really? Because I thought they were going to do like Origins, maybe skip a year. Maybe we would get like a remaster in there and then the next one. But no, we didn't get that.
Yeah, I think, like, to be fair, I would totally be okay with the bi-yearly, especially if Montreal is going to be the one working on it.
Right.
I just have such a bad taste in my mouth with Quebec and Assassin's Creed that like it makes me want to vomit when I think about like those 2 together, because they've made like the worst games in the franchise, and I think it would just make sense for them to put like Valhalla out and then like whatever 6 months from now basically put the DLC out a little later than they are. I know they want to put it out when the game's like relevant, but like Odyssey was on like the top 10 most played games on PSN profiles all year. Like people were always playing it. So it's not like people aren't ever not playing it.
Well, yeah, because people did different builds, I believe, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a thing. How the hell is that a thing in a game? How is that a thing in an Assassin's Creed game? The amount of times I got that question when I was streaming that game, what's your build? I'm just playing the fucking game, bro. I didn't make some build. Like I didn't make, this is my tank build for this game. No, what? Like I'm just playing the game.
Or yeah. And I hated in Odyssey when you could just jump off a mountain and be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing that they took out. So the thing with Valhalla is like they basically took all of the shit in Odyssey that made no sense, and now it makes sense. So you can't just like jump off a mountain, The combat, even though it feels a little clunky, it still makes sense. It's not ridiculous. You're not out here doing like a 20-hit wombo combo with your swords. Like it actually makes somewhat of sense. And the other thing is like, which I've had like people mention this, that they would like the way that the hidden blade was introduced. Like I actually really do. Like the story feels genuine. It doesn't feel cheesy.
Yes. I was going to ask you if you got the hidden blade yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I picked it up, and like I said, I'm still in the prologue, so like there's a lot of shit to still go on. But like just my first like 5 to 6 hours of playing it, I'm blown away because I wasn't really looking. I wasn't looking forward to it because of Odyssey. Like Odyssey literally ruined Assassin's Creed for me.
Like right now, my 2 weapons in the game, I've been switching off between axe and a shield, or I've been dual wielding axes and see how that works. And that's been really fun too.
Yeah, the dual wielding is awesome. Something that I picked up today, Brian, that's like phenomenal and it's kind of cheesy is the dagger.
Really?
If you find the dagger, it's like cheese. Like like you attack so fast with it, and it's just cheese.
I got to find me one.
I was able to find the new games of this week.
Oh, you were able to?
Yeah, I was able to.
You found it? Nice.
Yeah.
But I'm looking on PSN profiles right now. It looks like Valhalla is actually the 3rd most played game this week on the PS4.
Oh, nice.
So
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's surprising.
So
Astro's Playroom still number 1.
Hell yeah, easy platinum.
Yeah, but it's fun too.
It's a slapper. Yeah, but
I forgot Miles Morales is coming out on PS4 too.
Yeah, it is out on PS4.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I plan on making like guides for it and everything. So, and I'll be streaming it on Twitch. Not my whole playthrough, but whenever I'm playing, or whenever I feel like streaming.
I saw it's not like AC Odyssey where the stream was just AC Odyssey for a good 2 months.
Yeah, but I mean, it probably won't be. Like I said, I haven't unlocked England yet, which is like the main map. But like even in Norway, like You know how in Odyssey you would like run around and you would literally run or ride your horse for like 10 minutes and you wouldn't see a goddamn like soul around the map? This is like nothing like it. Like everything is like it's a big map and it's like cool to look at, but it's not like so big, at least, you know, where I am now, it's not so big that it's like unbearable.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from with that. Because Origins wasn't too bad for map size. Odyssey was way too big.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's not too big because Odyssey was just Greece. Isn't well, I guess you haven't gone that far yet, but isn't Valhalla supposed to be like the entire northern Europe?
It is split up into 4 or 5 sections, I believe.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't gotten to it. I'll probably get to it either after this, after we record this, or like sometime tomorrow, so I can give an update next week. But I mean, even for when I've been playing in Norway, like just the scaling between locations is not ridiculous. Like to get from like a point of interest to another point of interest, you're not going to be riding your horse for 5 minutes through absolutely nothing. So
yeah, I'm excited to keep going with the game and see how it goes. So
yeah, I'm gonna try to. I mean, I'm
hopefully
gonna.
Waves can pick it up, and he thoughts.
He should. He should.
On sale one day.
I mean, it's definitely gonna be on sale for Black Friday, so just keep an eye out.
Yeah, I just don't know if I can justify paying $60 or more for another Assassin's Creed game yet.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you. I mean, it just depends like how invested you are in like the franchise, if you actually like care about it. Because like I can understand it from like if you're just buying it to like play a game, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, I used to be invested in it, and then Odyssey just kind of burned me, I guess.
Yeah,
because those DLCs were just awful.
Oh yeah,
my God!
Odyssey.
Don't get us started on the DLC.
Yeah, they were an atrocity, but yeah, I mean maybe like $40. Like I get where you're coming from. I think it's me personally. I think it's worth the money. I think it's worth the $60. It literally plays like it's its own game. It doesn't feel like a copy and paste. It doesn't feel cheesy. You don't feel
it's
like
an actual Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, you don't feel like you're like this like god who, you know, can't die. It's pretty. It's its own game. And hopefully, well, not hopefully, but it is the last game of this style. So I'm hoping when they do the next one, can we please just go back to something like Unity, and can we get some freaking co-op? I'm trying to get some co-op back in Assassin's Creed.
You listen, Ubisoft?
Hopefully.
That'd be awesome.
We'll get this back.
And where's our Assassin's Creed remake?
I need Assassin's Creed 1 remake. Matter of fact, if you want to be super generous, just do like AC1 through AC Revelations. Just give a remake of those 4 games. Because they all kind of play like poo-poo, but...
True.
So while we wait for those games to be announced again, I mean, to be remade, let's just take a look at the new games of this week.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
So this is according to PlayStation Store.
Okay.
Which I feel is kind of wrong because Black Ops Cold War is on here, and didn't that come out last week?
Yes.
So, all right. So the games that came out this week: Black Ops Cold War, which, you know, Call of Duty. Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, which I completely forgot existed.
Wow.
I think everyone did.
My Name is Mayo 2.
Yep.
Game of the year.
The game of the year. The game you should get a PS5 for.
Hell yeah.
It's only $1.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can't say you don't have money for it. 99 cents.
Unturned, which this game is funny to me that they're selling it for money on PSN, because I'm pretty sure this game is free on PC.
Really?
Yeah.
What is up? I feel like that happens more often than not. I don't know.
What's the last game that did that?
I don't know, but I feel like there's a. I mean, I've talked. I shouldn't say I've talked about this,
like
but
Destiny 2 on PC is free to play, but on console you still need to buy at least the base one.
Yeah.
which is weird.
I don't know if it has to do with like licensing or something. If like Sony controls the pricing as well. I don't know.
I don't know, because Warzone became free to play for him. Hopefully. You should not pay $25 for Unturned, is all I'm saying.
You heard it here from Waves.
Hey,
for you boomer shooters out there, we got Serious Sam collection coming out. Exit the Gungeon, which I feel came out a while ago, or is that Enter the Gungeon? I don't know.
I think that's Enter, yeah.
The Valhalla Watch Dogs Legion bundle.
No.
For $109.
Not worth it.
What? So wait, they're saying buy both of our games and we'll give you $10 off?
I guess.
Hey, I mean,
Legion is not worth it.
Wait, is that on the 4 or the 5? Because if that's on the 5, that kind. Wait.
Both.
Did they? I have to ask this. I think I bought it anyway. But did they? Are they selling their games on the 5 for $70? I think
they're selling these for $60, but the next ones are gonna be $70.
I thought. Let me double check. I could have swore that Valhalla was on the PS4 or PS5 for $50.
I think it's $60.
It's $60 on the PSN store, but it was like $50 on Amazon, I believe.
I'm checking right now. Hold on.
All right, while you check, we'll keep going down.
Okay.
Please.
Some game called Mars Horizon is coming out. Let's see what this description is.
Trophy listed for that.
In Mars Horizon, you take control of a major space agency, leading it from the dawn of the space age through to landing astronauts on Mars. Guide your agency through the space race and write your alternate history of space travel.
It has a platinum.
And it has a platinum.
This is
interesting. And then the game that just refuses to die, Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, PS4 and PS5. And then the slapper game, which everybody forgot about, Anime Studio Story.
What?
You can make your own anime in this game.
Good lord.
Then we got an Assassin's Creed bundle with all the open world AC games. All the Witcher 3 ripoff AC games.
Fair enough.
Bubble Bobble is coming back. Bubble Bobble 4 Friends. The Baron is back. Darkness Roller Coaster, Akimbo Edition, PlayStation VR exclusive.
Oh, watch out.
Drongen, Dungeons of Ink and Paper. Eldrador Creatures, Fantasy Friends. It has a unicorn on there. Okay, this next game, I watched someone play it today, and it's ridiculous. It's called 5 Dates.
Okay.
It's literally Tinder, but if it was a game.
Wait, is that the one that they released the trophies for like a few weeks ago?
Oh no.
Hold on, I have to look for that.
You have to like choose these it's an FMV game. You have to choose from options and try to get laid by these girls.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be a funny game to stream. I'm pretty sure I saw the trophy list for that. I'm looking right now.
See, so this week, dude, you got a platinum laser shoot Larry, then play that.
You're a brave one if that's what you do for your fun.
Some game called Flatland Volume 1. And then if you want to get the throwback axe in Fortnite, that's free apparently.
Okay.
Friday the 13th Killer Puzzle. Gotta do the Friday the 13th series.
I don't even have the first one done. I started out with all the money on my old account. Oops.
Shoot, I kind of want to do that. Low key.
I would do it on my new account if we get enough people.
Yeah, I need to eat.
Handball 2021. Sports game. Hide and Dance for $4. This looks like a trophy horror game.
Probably is.
Probably. It's a big thing.
And then Judge with a Y.
Judge with a wait, with the U is a
Y.
Oh, I just passed up the trophy list.
I do not know what this game is. And then Let's Sing 2021. Mace Space Shooter.
Judge.
Speaking Simulator.
How long is this list?
Judge looks like a Dead Nation. It's top down. Or not like fully top down, but you know what I mean, like asymmetrical.
Oh yeah. I think it's called, what's it called? I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Van Helsing 3.
Oh, that came out?
Perplexing Fairly.
I gotta play the first two, dude.
Orb 2.
Uh-huh, yup. Slapper.
Only Eli.
Yup.
At Treefall Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Waves needs a job.
Warhammer Chaos Bane and War Thunder on the PS5. And the one that Snickle is going to play with cats. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Oh,
wait.
no, I thought it was gonna be Family Feud.
No, wait, that came out. No, we got to do Family Feud too. Wait, did the trophy list come out for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
I think it did, like last week.
Yeah, I gotta do. Cats and I are doing all the game show games. Wait,
and that's all the new games for this week.
Well, I found a game on PSNP as I'm looking to see Katamari Dynasty Reroll. Just got a note or trophy list just hit.
That'll be next week, I think.
Next week?
I want to say the ones for this week.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, I looked up. So, Valhalla, for some reason, when I bought it for the PS5, it was $50.
You bought it separately for the PS5?
Hell yeah.
You get a free upgrade, though.
Nah, I gotta have the disc, man. You know me. I got autism.
I don't blame.
I got autism, so you know,
I'm not big on digital either, so
I gotta have the physical. You know, that's one thing that we didn't talk about at the beginning. Like, I think we all, maybe Waves not as much, but I think we all kind of are like game collectors too, to an extent.
Yeah.
I have
No, Waves is. What am I talking about? This man brought Leisure Suit Larry box office bust to college one day. He's definitely a game collector.
Let's not talk about that. Yeah, I still got fucking what's that game? Zombie Army 4. Cellophane wrap over there.
Oh, I got a bunch of I got a bunch of PS5 games or PS4 games wrapped up right now. And some PS3 ones, sadly.
Didn't you just tell me you got some PS3?
Yeah, and you want to know something else that's sad? I got some Vita games wrapped up too.
Bro.
Only two. It's a Spy Hunter and Sly Cooper collection.
Now, when you guys buy collectors, do you actually go for the statues as well, or just the metal cases?
I only have one collector's edition.
Okay.
Yeah, I have
That's the Last Guardian one.
Okay, that's actually a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have two. I think I have two. One of them is a stupid one, Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Okay.
And the other one is Horizon Zero Dawn.
I wish I had a Horizon Zero Dawn one. I have AC Odyssey. I have God of War. And I got the Spider-Man one, but I also have the Spider-Man PS4 Pro.
Okay. Wait.
I was gonna get the Resident Evil 3 one recently because my GameStop apparently had 4 of them left.
Ooh.
But they had apparently it was a glitch and it gave me depression. I couldn't get it.
But when it comes to like hard copies games, I do have all PS4 versions of the Jack and Daxter collection.
That's kind of dope.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Well, you actually just reminded me about something. We can talk about it a little later on, but one thing that I saw that's kind of cool with the PS5 is you can basically take the plates off of it. So I think that gives a lot of options for like collector's editions instead of releasing a whole console, which I never understood. They can just release like plates for their PS5, which I think is kind of cool.
Well,
They did that a little bit for the launch PS4.
Oh yeah, for the one like shiny part.
Yeah.
And people didn't buy it.
I upgraded got to the Spider-Man PS4 Pro one. I just updated my original PS4 to the Pro. That's what I did.
I never understood why they did collector's editions for consoles, because I feel like people will be less likely to buy those than like plates.
Yeah.
Collector's edition plates. But for me, I don't really buy the collector's edition statues. I do like the steelbooks, and at one point I was going through a phase of like getting steelbooks for all my games. But I'm not doing that anymore because that costs a lot of money.
I do have one more collector's edition, and this is my biggest one, is the Borderlands 3 crate.
Okay.
Oh man.
And I remember when I went to go pick it up, the guy's like, we're hoping you'd be here last night. I'm like, dude, I have work. And he's like, oh. He's like, you're the only one who bought it, like in the last like 4 towns. I'm like, oh.
Well, don't touch my shit.
He's like, can you open it? No.
Nope. You can watch a video online.
The only reason I got the Last Guardian one is because I'm a big fan of Eco and Shadow of the Colossus.
Okay.
So I had been waiting for, I think at that point it was 10 years for that game. So
see, I wish I would have got the Rise Zero Dawn one. I think the Thunderjaw was one of them, right?
The one that I have is Aloy standing on one of the smaller
Watchers?
ones. Yeah, the Watcher.
Okay. Either one I would have been happy with, but I wish I would have actually did it. I
can understand The Last Guardian because that game was hyped even back on the PS3. They hyped the shit out of that game for so long, so
I liked it. I know some people did not, but
I need to get into it.
I was recently gonna try to go for the plat, and then I forgot that one of the trophies is fucking stupid and ridiculous.
Which one is it? I'm trying to remember, but I know when
you get every single hint.
Yep. When you said it, I was gonna know it.
An hour. You have to wait like an hour sometimes for a hint to pop up.
Yeah, that's.
Oh my God, really?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and sometimes there's like 10 hints to like one puzzle area, and you have to be standing in a specific area. And if you finish that puzzle and then come back, you can't get that hint again. So you have to make sure you get them all right there.
Shit.
So like not doing that game in one playthrough is just gonna be so hard.
The things trophy hunters go through.
Right. Man. It's probably worth it.
I completely forgot to say that in the beginning, but yeah, we all are kind of game collectors too.
Yeah. I forgot.
We like the physical.
Recently I haven't been able to get the physical that much, but
it's definitely
been kind of hard around this time.
Yeah, it's been hard. I haven't done it for probably going on a year now, but I used to frequent, the GameStops around the area, and then the store called Second and Charles, which is right by my work, and I would just go in and look for things that I didn't have. Kind of how I came across like some slapper ass games like Africa or Saw 2, or a lot of my games.
You got rub it in, don't you?
Yeah, anytime I get it, I gotta do it.
You don't have just one copy of Africa. You have 2 copies of Africa.
That is true. So the reason I have 2 copies is because one of them is like complete. It's like the whole thing. It's like it's got the manual, everything. The other copy that I have is missing the manual, and the barcode on the back is like hole punched. I don't know why.
Ooh.
So
for resale reasons.
Yeah, I'm not planning on selling them anytime soon, but like I had one copy basically had the nice art but no manual, and then I got another copy that had the art, like the manual, but it had the effed up art. So
okay,
but I got them both at a GameStop.
Okay. So what I recently picked up a GameStop. Oh, Iron Man 2 for the PS3.
Okay. Those superhero games for the PS3 are so hard to find, and when you do, they're either effed up or they're stupid expensive. Yeah,
I paid $2 for it.
Okay.
Oh,
and
really?
Decent shape, so
that's very surprising because most of those PS3 superhero games are actually kind of good.
Yeah, it was Iron Man 2 and then Thor. The Thor one.
Yep.
But the only problem with the Thor one's not the actual game case.
The Captain America one is like $15 at GameStop, I think.
Yeah, still that's crazy. I think X-Men is that X-Men Origins Wolverine is that way too.
Like, there's one series I want to do after this whole thing is over with the world. is do like a video series of like going to like mom and pop shops, see if I can find like any like PS3 games that I don't have and all that, and like build up my collection that way.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly how I did it. I started by going to GameStops. I would literally just go. There's like 3 or 4 GameStops around me, and like every week or two, I would just hit all 4 of them and see what they had. And surprisingly, their stock like turned over pretty quickly.
Oh, that's nice.
But it's hard now. My favorite thing at GameStop, which they don't have anymore, is they would have like the under $5 bin, which they still have it, but they don't put PS3 games in there, I'm pretty sure. I would literally go there and find PS3 games. Like there was so many games in there that like you would never be able to find anywhere. At like John Daly's Pro Stroke Golf. Where the fuck do you find that?
My GameStop started selling the fucking PS3 game discs and just those what's it called?
The plastic sleeves.
The CD sleeves, yeah.
Yep. That's how mine does it now too. They put it out. They have like one PS3 rack. 3 of the rows are like the games in the cases, and then the top row is just the discs in the sleeves, which kind of sucks. But then I started going to this store called Second and Charles, it's basically like a mom and pop. It's like a record shop kind of, but they have like a whole video game section. But it's actually like a franchise, so it's not really like a mom and pop shop, but it feels like a mom and pop shop.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, there's a place out by me called Disc Replay, and they sell like used games and all that, and CD. They used to do a lot of CDs, but CDs don't really exist anymore, sadly.
Yeah.
There's one near me called Game Over, I think.
Okay.
They mostly sell retro games. Which is weird calling it retro because there's PS2 games there. But
I was gonna say the PS3 might be in there now.
Right.
Last time I went, wasn't. I need to build up my PS2 collection again. I've got a couple of games on there. But
a few missing or a few that you have?
I've got a few games right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I recently...
A few of the bangers, Battlefront 2.
Oh, yeah, of course. I actually recently, I had to move my bedroom around, which is where my desk is and where I do all like my gaming at, and I actually had to take all my games down. They're like down in my basement now, like stored away. Kind of hurts my soul, but it's given me like more room up here to kind of do things, which is nice.
Well, that's nice.
So I had to sacrifice something, and I was like, I can still play my games, but I just can't look at them. So I'll tuck you in every night, I promise.
Talk about sacrificing something. We all sacrificed our sanity when we played the Ghost of Tsushima Legends mode.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. So that came out. So Waves just hit on all the games that recently came out. Ghost of Tsushima Legends mode came out. How long ago was that? About a month ago, right?
Yeah. I think so.
I don't know about you guys. I played it not day one, but I think like the 3rd day in. I don't know about you guys, but I was strangely satisfied with how well that was made for a free update.
Yes. Like,
yeah, I'm very surprised how well it is, especially with they don't take away the single player elements of it. Also, you still can get your perfect parries. You can still get your perfect dodges.
Yeah, I was really impressed because really you don't see Sucker Punch really do any online multiplayer. So this, to me, this is like their first crack at it, and they did awesome.
And I was surprised how well it just worked. It does have its jankiness at moments where like some enemies they're dead but they're just standing there.
Yeah.
But the fact that this is their first time trying a full-on multiplayer mode, free multiplayer mode to begin with, and they did such a good job. I'm very surprised and I'm very happy for them.
Yeah,
Sucker Punch is one of those like studios from Sony that doesn't get the limelight a lot, so it's great seeing them get the limelight for once.
I can't agree anymore. I was blown away, and I think the thing that surprised me the most was kind of how it was structured. It's almost structured like a looter shooter, like Destiny or Borderlands or whatever, but um, it doesn't feel that way at all. And I think the reason why is because you don't get the gear until the mission's over.
Okay.
But like there's incentive to like keep playing the game.
Right.
Even though I know that you get everything when you get to like rank 18 on all your characters, you unlock all your abilities, but like there's, weekly missions added where the challengers or the modifiers are changed every single time you reload like a challenging mission, like a gold mission or even a silver mission, the modifier changes. It's not the same every single time you play it. Which I think is like, it's very creative and it adds replay value to the game. I mean, you're going to have to play it a lot if you're trying to get all your characters to level 20, but for a free update to a game, everyone knew it was coming out. Was it at launch that everyone knew the DLC was coming out?
I think it was around August. When
It
they
was,
said.
it was about a month after the game came out, I believe.
Yeah, so they didn't even hype this up when the game came out, so people weren't even buying it for that reason. But I thought it was phenomenal.
Anyway.
Yeah, I thought it was phenomenal.
It sold out. I think they had trouble keeping it stocked. I thought.
Somehow,
Yeah, that's for two reasons, though.
Yeah.
That's for two reasons. Everybody wants it, and then for the other thing.
Yeah, the C.
Which I don't think we can say
the C word.
YouTube.
Yeah,
the C word.
That's the no word.
Yeah.
But actually, Ghost of Tsushima was a game that I got the Steelbook for somehow. I pre-ordered it back when the game like originally put all the info out for it, and I ordered that Steelbook like immediately.
I did not know how to Steelbook.
It does, yeah. And it only costs $10 more for the Steelbook.
That like the deluxe edition or something?
Yeah. Yep.
And this is like on a topic for next week, but that is my game of the year. So
yeah, I agree. And
yeah, well, me too. Probably.
Another reason that I wanted to talk about Legends mode was because we all recently played it. We did the raid in it. The raid came out I think 2 weeks after it came out or something like that. Was it 2 weeks? A week? Something? It came out after Legends launched, and
I think it was a week after it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was not only was I blown away by Legends of itself, like I was blown away by the raid too, because just all the different elements that they added to the game, like you would never. I'm pretty sure most people wouldn't even think of some of these things that they thought of.
Right.
But it just seems so seamless, and you can't even get mad at it because usually, if you die, 99% of the time it's your fault.
I don't know. That
okay.
Phase, that second part.
Yeah. Okay. The one time I will say which is bullshit and the game design is awful is when the second phase when two people have to go up and you got to run through those invisible fucking samurai with the thing. That's bullshit. But okay.
So there's two parts in the second part that I don't like. It's that part where you're fighting them in the middle.
The rune part.
Yeah.
And those people, I already know why the game was acting weird. It's because of how many enemies were in the same scene. There were so many of them that it started breaking the game. So enemies that were supposed to explode just disappeared, but still exploded.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
that whole modifier should not have been in it except for the sections that it counted.
Mm-hmm.
The explosive modifier.
And then there's that last part, that last phase, because it's probably just me, but that last jump onto that rock, I don't know what I was doing wrong. I would always jump off the edge. I would always be running, so I'd have my head start, and I'd be jumping right on the edge of the thing, and I'd always miss it. And I just don't understand.
Yeah. I will say that jump was bullshit. Most of the jumping was kind of BS because you had to, and it makes sense, but at the same time, it really dicked waves over, but like you had to jump at like the precise time because if you got the wrong animation too many times, you died because you wouldn't make the jumps in time. So.
But overall, it was a great raid.
Yeah. If anybody is going to do that raid, 4 people, good communication skills, and you must have mics.
Yeah,
Chapter
communication.
3 was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Chapter 3, if you're going to be the one that's going to be fighting her, get plastered. You'll beat her first try.
Yeah, get drunk and then you'll.
Yeah. And
Only if you're 21.
Yeah, the other thing to suggest is that everyone be over at least 105, I would say. At 110 if you can, but
Yeah, I was 100 when we started it, and I was like 106 when we ended it, so.
yeah, I think I could have been 110, but I was 109 for like some gear thing, but whatever.
I think I was 107.
It was fun. If you guys haven't played it, go play it by yourself and level up and find some people and do the raid. You're going to have fun.
Oh, yeah.
So another topic I want to talk about in regards to new games, which this happened last generation of consoles too. There are stacks between PS4 and PS5 trophy lists. For instance, a game we talked about earlier, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Watch Dogs Legion, Borderlands 3, No Man's Sky. I don't know why. Spider-Man, yeah, Miles Morales and the remaster. There's basically double lists. I don't know if you guys want to, Brian, if you want to give your thoughts, we can talk about this. Thoughts on, what do you think of providing 2 lists, or would it make sense to have it on one combined list that's PS4, PS5?
I think I like the idea of it a little bit. I'm not a person that really stacks games. Actually, I never really actually stack games. I understand like Miles Morales and all that. My thing is, why isn't like every game getting like a double list? Only certain games it seems like are getting it.
Yeah, my theory for that at first was I thought it was games that were getting actual physical releases. So for instance, again, Assassin's Creed Valhalla got a physical release on the PS4 and a physical release on the PS5. But then I got thrown for a loop because games like Borderlands 3 and No Man's Sky were getting new trophy lists, and No Man's Sky you can auto pop the trophies. So I don't know what is dictating what gets a new list and what doesn't, because you can play PS4 games on the PS5. There is backwards compatibility.
Well, the one game that threw me for the loop is Maneater.
Yeah.
That shark game. It got a second list.
That is true. Yeah. But that did get a new physical release. You can buy it for the PS5 physically.
Oh, okay.
I think in general you're probably going to be seeing less stacks, purely on the fact that the PS5 is backwards compatible. You're still going to see more stacks. I mean, you're still going to see stacks, but not as much as it was between PS3 to 4.
Okay.
I think Snickle's right in saying that if it's full on release, so like you can buy AC Valhalla on its own for the PS5 without having to get the PS4 version. So I think if it's those types of games, they will be getting their own list. Whether or not that's the right thing to do, that's something else. I know when it comes to do, because the trophy hunters will want to get the PS5 stack. Or the PS4 stack.
It looks like there's no trophy cap, because you're looking at Dead by Daylight for the PS5, and it has all 149 trophies on there.
Yeah, I think they removed it or they upped it at least. I don't know if they removed it, but that scares me because there's Steam games that have like 1,000 Steam achievements that you can get in like 2 seconds. So are we going to start seeing that on the PS5?
Well,
I really hope not, but that's a topic for a different day when we say it.
We'll maybe see that for ongoing games.
Yeah.
So like Destiny and stuff like that. Probably not Destiny, but yeah, Dead by Daylight is probably going to end up being like that.
Yeah, I think so. My take on it is I'm torn both ways, because if you look back on the PS3 to the PS4, it was like that. So games like Assassin's Creed 4, Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, Watch Dogs, these games got releases on both consoles. They got a release on the PS3 physically, they got a release on the PS4 physically, but the difference is the PS4 didn't have that PS3 backwards compatibility. So there was a divide there. You couldn't buy a
Oh.
PS3 version of the game and play it on your PS4. It was just physically not possible.
Right.
I think moving forward, it's fine to release a game on the PS4 and then play it on the PS5 for backwards compatibility. I think honestly, it's as simple as just having a PS5 patch for your game, and then you get the perks of things like being able to pick between you either having enhanced performance or enhanced resolution or things like that. And then you're able to keep the same trophy list. So for instance, AC Valhalla, we keep talking about it, but if you go on to PSN profiles next to where the game is, you know how it says like what console it's on, PS3, PS4, whatever.
Right.
I think it would make sense for these games to say like PS4, PS5. Because the other aspect is you have the backwards compatibility on the 5. But the other thing that you have is you also have the ability to transfer your saves from the PS4 to the PS5 as well. So then you run into situations like No Man's Sky where they release a new list and you can auto pop the trophy in 1 second.
Right. Because on PSNP, you do have that when you go to your stats, you can see how many games you did on the PS5 and all that. You got multi-platform on there.
Yeah. And there are, it's very, very, very few games that have it. The most recent game that I played that had it was Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Edition, has a PS3, PS Vita shared list.
Okay.
But I think from like a trophy standpoint, I think it makes sense. I understand why they don't do it if there's 2 different releases, but if you're going to have the backwards compatibility and it's literally as easy as just putting a PS5 patch out for the game, and you get the ability to have the enhanced either performance or resolution, or even if you have to pay for that, you pay for a $10 upgrade to the PS5. You know what I mean? So even something like that, I think is
a $10 upgrade.
Yeah, I think that would be more acceptable than having like 2 completely separate lists.
Now that being said, I do know that this is the first time since like 2 to 3 that the power difference between the 2 consoles is actually pretty significant. So I would understand why they would want to keep them separate if for some reason that's an issue. Like there's no way the 4 or the 4 Pro is going to be able to do ray tracing at all.
No.
When it comes to Miles Morales. I don't know if that's a factor into it, but I would think that there is something that is changing that or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. I think it's hard. I understand because I've always said this about like why does Sony let companies do like different region stacks? At the end of the day, they're a business. So if they can sell 2 versions of the game and it has 2 different trophy lists, they're gonna do it. It doesn't matter. But like if you look at it from like a gaming perspective or like a gamer perspective, like let's say, for instance, let's say I don't have a PS5 right now. I bought Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm playing through Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and 2 months from now, I didn't finish the game, but I get a PS5. But now I want to play the PS5 version. Well, I can transfer my save. I don't know if I'll get the trophies, but basically you're giving people free trophies at that point. Like, does it really make sense? Or do you let people have like the PS4 when they get the PS5? A lot of these games are letting people upgrade for free. I'm saying, fuck that. You can even say, like, charge people, like, a $10 upgrade fee from the 4 to the 5 and have, like, a combined list. I think that would be more acceptable.
I'm surprised more companies aren't doing that. I know Call of Duty is.
Right.
Usually, once Call of Duty does it, everybody does it. Like, once Call of Duty became $70 on the PS5, that's how you know every game on the PS5 is going to be $70.
Right. And don't forget, we're still at the start of this PS5 era, though, too. So we still don't know what we're going to see yet.
Yeah. I just think it's hard. It's hard for, like, trophy hunters, especially when you want to be a completionist, to, like, determine, like, if you want to stack games. Like, I mean, I keep talking about it, but like it's just a perfect example because it's been here for so long. Like Assassin's Creed is a perfect example because that game went through all the generations, right? And then between the PS3 and the PS4, that was the only time that they had a trophy stack. So if you like wanted to do the whole franchise, like, was it acceptable to do both of those at the same time? And at that point, you couldn't even transfer saves. So you had to physically do it 2 whole times, which to me, I've always said it, to me, if you have to physically play back through the game, it's okay to stack. Because if you want to put that time in to get that platinum again, I think that that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we'll have. I know No Man's. We got confirmation today from. I don't know why I said confirmation, but Andrew already told us today that No Man's Sky pops it for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to look right now on PSNP. If you go to the 100% club, I mean, people are popping it in 1 second. So I mean, it's obviously an auto pop.
I know for certain games, they don't let you transfer your save over, so you're just getting the PS5 version. I know Control, I think, is supposed to do that whenever that comes out on the PS5. And then I guess we'll just have to wait and see for AC Valhalla and Watch Dogs Legion. I think those come out next week on the PS5.
I have Valhalla on the PS5 behind me.
I already got Valhalla on the PS5. I've been playing on PS5.
Oh, it's already on the PS5. Okay.
Yeah, Watch Dogs Legion didn't come out yet.
No,
so I guess we'll see once Snickle gets a PS5.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely do a test whenever that is. But I do, at the end of the day, I do like the idea of having multiple trophy lists for games. But at the same time, like, I also, I tear myself between it because I like it, but then I don't like it. Because it feels slimy. But at the same time, like, I kind of want to play this game 2 times. Like, so.
Yeah, that's where I'm torn on it because I understand the hate for stacking games. I completely understand it because you're just doing the same game over again.
Yeah, and you have the knowledge of it as you're doing it. You're literally just doing it for trophies.
Yeah. But also, I had a lot of fun playing that game, so that's why I want to do it again. You know, like Jack and Daxter, I did it 3 times, and that's purely on the fact because I like Jack and Daxter.
Yeah.
Right. Then you got Marvel Spider-Man. Yeah, you got the PS4 version. At least the PS5 version added new trophies to the game too.
That's true. That's true. And there's other games where that happens, like Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor, and I think Shadow of War, the online shutting down at the end of the year, and the what are they called?
Yeah, online.
There's a mission that you get, and basically it's not on the PS3 version because it doesn't exist. So there's not a trophy for it on the PS3 version. So the trophy lists vary. Now, another thing I'll say, and we can end on this, I don't want to hit on this all day. Another thing that I can say why the stacking is more acceptable is because even though it's the same game, you're technically getting a new experience, and that comes through the visuals of it. I mean, I think visuals and performance play a big role in the experience of a game. And like I talked about at the beginning, you know, Rocket League is a perfect example for me. To play Rocket League on the PS4 at 60 frames, 1080p, and 4K, 144 hertz on the PC, it's literally 2 different games. You would think that Rocket League on the PS4 is like Supersonic Acrobatic Rocket Power Battle Cars back on the PS3, and that I'm playing on like the hottest shit over here on my PC, just from the visuals and the performance.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like playing Miles Morales just in 60 FPS was night and day compared to like Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah, and even another game you played, Ghost of Tsushima, you said it was a completely different experience just going from 30 to 60.
You can actually, it's so much easier to get the perfect parries because you can actually react on time now.
I mean, you told me to transfer overlay. That's what I was waiting for. I was like, all right, I'll finish up my online on the PS4, and then I'm just going to play the base game on the PS5.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally any Soulsborne game is like that. You know, Bloodborne, Sekiro, any of the Souls games, if they running at 60, what Demon's Souls runs at 60, right? It has to.
Yeah, the new one,
yeah. I mean, comparing that to Demon's Souls on the PS3 is literally night and day. It is a complete.
It was chugging at like 15 FPS.
Yeah, you were basically playing a PowerPoint on the PS3, and on the PS4, you're actually playing something like it feels like butter on the on the PS5. I mean,
Now I got the PS5. There's 2 games I really want to play on it now. God of War, the PS4 one, and Death Stranding.
I've heard a lot of people say that after experiencing God of War on the PS5 that they're disappointed that that game came out on the PS4.
Oh my god!
That's what I said. Like when that game came out, I was like, I hate that this game's at 30 FPS.
Yeah.
And everybody didn't listen to me, and now they have to listen to me.
You're not wrong.
But yeah, that's when it comes to the moment where I wish these games had another trophy list.
That's
like
true.
I wish I could play Ghost of Tsushima again at 60 FPS. I wish I could play The Last of Us 2 at 60 FPS. I wish I could play God of War at 60 FPS.
You can, but you just won't be earning trophies.
I was gonna say that's what people always say. Well, you can, you just won't earn trophies, and then you get back to the whole thing of like, but I want to play a game and earn some trophies, man. That's where you tear yourself. You're like, yeah, I can, but those trophies sound good.
Start scratching your neck a little bit.
Yeah,
you know, like you play it and you're like, I'm playing this game and I'm not earning anything. Well, I have all these other games on the backlog, on the back burner, I guess, waiting for me to play them. Like I said, I would finish Neo by September, and that's why I got Neo 2 in August, and then I played Neo close to the ending and then just never touched it again.
God.
I just want to start on the PS5, but my OCD will kill me.
Dude, I used to, I've been getting a lot better at it, but I used to just play games for like 2 minutes and put them down. But like over the past like 5 years or so, I've been not putting a game down until I finish it, unless I'm doing the online.
I'm literally sitting here looking at my list, like my shelf of games. I'm like, I want to play that on the PS5. I want to play that on the PS5.
Yeah, dude, and it kills me because like I was playing, like I just started playing Valhalla yesterday, and the game was out for like a week, and I wanted to play it day one, but like I was playing Hitman Blood Money at the time, and I was like, I'm not putting Hitman Blood Money down until I have this platinum. No, I literally have like 3 missions left. I'm not putting it down until I have this platinum. Like, it's so bad.
And that's me with I bought that game Ghost Runner. I don't know if you guys heard about it.
That was big hype when it came out, kind of.
That game, I played it on PC at first, and I was like, this game's fucking awesome. Then I saw it on PS4, and it had like exclusive skins for the katana. And I was like, all right, I'll get it on the PS4. That game is awful on the PS4. Let me tell you. There's like screen tearing. There's no anti-aliasing. So there's like jaggies on every single poly.
Yeah,
it's awful on the PS4, but I'm hoping like on the PS5 it'll be good. But that game straight up hurt my eyes while I was playing.
Yeah, it's disappointing. I think at the end of the day, all 3 of us can agree with that we like stacks if you have to actually play the game again.
Yeah.
And if it's a different experience from like a visual standpoint. I don't think any of us agree that we like the region stacking of easy ass games. But
yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, if you're talking like Assassin's Creed Valhalla from the 4 to the 5, the visual difference and the performance difference is going to be a completely different game. So I think we can all agree that that's acceptable.
Yes.
I don't even know why region stacking, like just stacking for different regions, is the thing. Like I understand localization, shit like that, but like trophy wise, like why should it be different regions?
So the reason it was a thing originally was you had games like Saints Row the Third, right? Take that game for instance, and Saints Row the Third was banned in Australia or whatever. So for Deep Silver to, or THQ at the time, I guess, for THQ to publish the game in Australia, they altered the game in those parts that they were saying they couldn't be altered, whatever it was. If it was like you can't show a dick or you can't show some tits, right? They would alter the game, and since they altered the game, they could sell it as like a different stack. Or for instance, I think like Wolfenstein: The New Order, Hitler in the game doesn't have a mustache in the German version, so because it's a different model of Hitler, it warranted a different trophy list. But now it's being abused.
Yeah, that makes sense.
By a certain production, Radelico.
Yeah, and like I said, I respect their hustle, man. They're a business. Sony's a business. It makes them money. Go and do it. I think I slap the wrist more of the people that are supporting it and paying for that shit rather than Radalika themselves. Because to be fair, like, and I plan on it. Like, I do want to play some Radalika games, but I'm only gonna play them one time.
Oh yeah.
So
I have nothing to get those stacks that really irk me.
I completely agree with you.
The only easy platinums I've got that are like trophy war games are the meme ones.
Well, my name is Mayo is a meme.
My name is Mayo, and then Little House on the Prairie or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I mean, I have some meme ones, and I still have some more meme ones to do. Like, I have 1,000 top rated. My name is Mayo. I got some few like, shitter ones. But
okay, now would you consider Untitled Goose Game a trophy horror game?
No, it's a game. That's an actual game.
That's just an easy game.
It's an easy game, but it's an actual game. And to be fair, if you don't follow a guide for it, it can be actually like a somewhat difficult game.
Oh yeah, I followed your guide, so
yeah. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. But getting into that, so you talked about it ways. My Name is Mayo 2 came out this week. Can we just talk about how phenomenal it is that they followed up such a great meme with another one?
I love how they know how much of a meme it is.
They knew when they put the first one out that it was a meme, and it's been 5 years, and they finally followed it up. I think 5 years, right? No, 3 years. I think it's been 3 years.
Did y'all read the description for the game on the PS Store?
Oh, it talks about like creaminess or something like that. It's kind of like the weirdest description.
Really? They're like so what makes this so next gen? They're like, I don't know. There's like 50s art style and you press X. It's great.
Yeah, my favorite thing about the game though is Flappy Bird is on there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's great that they added the whole like last section of that game doesn't follow the first game at all. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. Right. I also gotta give them a shout out because they liked my tweet on Twitter.
Hell yeah.
Did they really?
What's that company?
Yeah. Green Lava Studios.
Yeah, Green Lava Studios. That's the homie. No, but I think the funniest thing, and we don't have to stay on it too long, the funniest thing about Mayo is people will like almost try to roast you on Mayo, but it's like, bro, you weren't around when Mayo came out and it was the start of all of this shit. Mayo started all of these easy ass platinums, and it's just awesome to see a sequel. And you know us, we gotta do the franchise.
Right. Well, it's funny because people will roast you on it. Like, well, you got My Name is Mayo. Yeah, and you got like 3 of the same Radalika games stacked. Don't get me started.
Yeah, at least I didn't stack Mayo on the Vita. Did Waves do that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, Waves. I mean, at least it's the Vita. It shows that you own the Vita.
First of all, I gotta do the series. All right. That's part of the series.
Yeah, you ain't wrong. Okay. You ain't wrong.
Fine. We'll let you go with that one.
The thing that's sad about the Vita one is that you can't actually tap the Mayo. The Mayo.
Do you have to use the touchscreen?
You can't do it with just the touchscreen. You have to.
I will give you a shout out, Stickle. You are number 10 the fastest achievers for My Name is Mayo 2.
Yeah, I could have got it faster, but I was kind of soaking in the last section of it, and I was like, this is a new experience.
Yeah,
they made like an actual game.
Yeah, dude. When I was playing Flappy Bird with the Mayo, I was like, dude, this is taking me back to college when like Flappy Bird was a thing. Like, damn, this is a throwback.
Yeah. You did it in 14 minutes and 55 seconds. Number 1 did it in 12 minutes and 29 seconds.
Hey, close. That's close. Got them fast fingers. You know what those are used for.
Hell yeah.
I took a while to do it because I thought My Name is Mayo was breaking my PSN account.
Oh, it was because it wasn't out yet, technically.
Yeah.
The trophy list wasn't out yet.
I think I don't even know where I'm at, but the first time I checked, I was like 3rd achiever. Then the second time I checked, I was 14th, and I was like, I'm not going to check anymore.
Let me check. Hold on.
You're
not even in the top 50 anymore, I don't think. That happened to me on Mud Runner. Wait, but talking about breaking PS4s, so like a few weeks ago, I got the review copy for Perplexing Orb 2. And Eli sent it to me and he's like, here it is, go play it, let me know what you think. So I downloaded the game, and I downloaded it like one night, and I was like, all right, I'll play it tomorrow. And when he DM'd me, he was like, just to let you know, there's no trophies out for it yet. And I was like, oh, whatever. But like, I'll still play it. I'll still give it a try just to see how it is. Literally right when I was about to load the game up and play it, the trophy list got updated on PSMP. I was like, this is the perfect timing right now.
Wager number 132 for My Name is Mayo.
That's sad.
Rest in peace.
That's so sad. I'm sorry, Waves. Dude, that happened to me. Dude, I gotta look it up now. That happened to me on Spin Tire's Mud Runner. I played that game when it came out. I was playing that game hard when it came out. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna be the first platinum achiever because no one got it. So I was 1, then someone else got it, and I was 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm number 7.
Yeah.
That happened to me also on Jack and Daxter, but the PS4 stack. Right now I'm number 6 on it. Dude, but I was like number 3.
My question is, like, do these people not sync their PlayStation accounts? Like, your PS4 should be automatically syncing every night. How 3 months later are you starting to beat people?
On my old account, I'm still number 5 for Fast Achiever for Dangerous Driving.
Hey, that's nice. Before we get into the next topic, I know we don't have it written down here, but the new meta is, Waves knows what it is. Waves.
Meta?
The new meta for completing games. What's the new meta for completing games?
Oh, it's Achiever.
Slowest Achiever. Yup, that's what it is.
I think I've still got the Lingering Shadows one.
That's all we shoot for now. Slowest Achiever.
Slowest Achiever, baby.
Are you the slowest achiever for Duke Nukem?
No. Some people beat me. Those.
Oh damn! They took it away from me.
Yeah, these 3 people. These 3 people or 2. Yeah, 3 people beat me. They knew what I was going for, and they took it away from me. But I got one cooking right now. I don't know when I'll ever play it, but Fallout New Vegas is cooking. It's in the oven.
Nice.
Oh man. This man really came back like almost 12 years later and was like, let me play the Slinger and Shadows game again.
Wait, some guy that beat you?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's awful.
I had 8 years, 11 months when I got it. And this guy has 11 years and 10 months.
I was actually looking through this the other day with Cats, because he's on the train too, and I think a majority of my slowest achievers have been taken away, sadly.
Rest in peace.
So, it lasted long, but
moment of silence for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour one out for myself.
That's the thing about the slowest achiever. Someone else is waiting out there longer than you.
Yeah, exactly. Someone's baking it in the oven longer than you are, and you don't even know about it. That's sad.
Well, we are speaking of achievements, so that kind of does go into our next little segment. Remember when the Xbox came out, or was the one they had achievement tracking?
Oh, yes. The Xbox One.
Yeah.
And their achievement tracking. I was actually thinking about this today, and it made me laugh a little bit. So Sony reminds me, except not as bad, they remind me of Apple in where they like to add features to their things and then act like they were the ones that kind of invented it.
Yes.
And they're always late when they bring it in. So for instance, trophy tracking, well, it was achievement tracking first on the Xbox One. It's been here for 7 years now, and we're just getting it on current gen, I guess.
That fact that wasn't just like a firmware update to the PS4 is weird to me.
It all goes down to simple stat tracking. That's all it is. It's like these trophies are obviously counting what you're doing, whether it's they're counting them or they're looking at the game. They're counting it somehow. So,
well, the one thing I noticed though too, I do like how they do it on the PS5 because you could just it'll show you a video where you're where the collectible you want is.
That's only for certain games.
I did Astrobot.
Yeah,
sorry.
I did see that. That was kind of strange that they have it like built into the UI.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's only for certain games. Demon's Souls gives you tips about the area.
Right.
DMC5 Special Edition gives you combat tips.
Percentage you're at, too, right? Am I correct? Like, if you have like 25 out of 50, it'll give you like a 50% completion, right?
Yeah, if you go on the trophy, it shows you the percentage of how much you're missing. If
Now,
you click X on it, it'll show you the exact number of how much.
I have noticed on PSNP that they're starting to do it on the PS5 versions. The only ones I've noticed so far are on Bugsnax and Demon Souls. But they're starting to do like some trophy tracking a bit on PSNP now.
So the question I have with that, because I'm looking at Waves Demon Souls on the PS5 trophy list right now on PSNP.
Okay.
Is it only for the people that own the, like, it can only Waves see his stats be? Oh no, it does show up. I see it now.
It's
Okay.
Yeah, those are at the bottom.
It's at the bottom. Okay, so anybody can see it. Okay, I mean that's actually kind of cool.
The one that shows it easier is Devil May Cry 5 because they just have like stats for everything.
Okay, let me take a look at that because we all know Waves has that on his list. Okay, yeah, nice. Okay, that's really cool. I was worried when this was going to be implemented if it was just going to be like the person who owned the game was only going to be able to see it, but then I was like, how the hell would they do that?
Right.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be more of a pain in the ass than to just show everyone.
That's kind of nice, though. I like that.
Hey, well, good to Sony for implementing something that's been there for 7 years, just like when Apple decided to implement face scanning on their phone and they acted like it was the next best thing since sliced bread, even though it had been out for years.
On that note of Sony stealing things or whatever, or pretending they created it, it's funny because Sony has like the longest track record of doing that. They stole the analog sticks from Nintendo from the 64 controller. Then they put it on there. And then they stole a 6-axis stuff also from Nintendo from their Wavebird controller.
No offense, Nintendo kind of threw out their Sony's idea of a disc system, saying it would never work, and then that's how PlayStation was formed. So
true.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about in general.
Nintendo had a company.
But Sony has like Sony stole a trophy system from Microsoft.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, it's actually crazy how like, well, and like I said, they don't like hype it up. Like Apple will always like, they'll release something about their phone. For instance, when they added in the fingerprint scanner, right? When they did that shit, when you can just like put your finger on it and it scans it. They acted like they invented that shit and that they were the first ones to ever implement it. And it's like, bro, that's literally been on computers for like 10 years. What are you talking about? Like, I don't know where you're going with this. At least Sony's not like that. But yeah, I feel like they do kind of like, which is good for competition, but they like feed off of other ideas.
Right. Now, the only thing I wish they would do to implement a trophy tracking onto the PS4.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen, bro.
I wish. I wish, but I don't know. So in regards to I guess new games, what Waves, do you want to go through the top downloaded games?
Yeah, sure.
From October.
I'm just gonna do the top 10 because this does like 20.
Yeah.
So for October, so there was no PS5 yet. So for PS4 games, the top 10 games for US Canada was number 1, FIFA 21. This next one kind of surprised me. It's number 2 is Star Wars Squadrons.
Wow.
Because
I kind of thought that flew under the radar, no pun intended.
Exactly. I thought because I heard that game bombed. So I'm just surprised.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look some numbers up, but I thought it did too.
Either people are just not buying games at all, or Star Wars Squadrons sold well enough.
This is top sold in October. I know PSNP only does trophy hunters, but it only has 5,000 game owners.
Oh, I'm taking these not numbers, but I'm taking this from the PlayStation blog.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, from PSNP, if you look at like ratios, like 5,000 is not.
Yeah, that's not a lot.
A lot. Even though that's not everybody, that's still not a lot.
Right.
is NHL 21.
Hey, hockey.
Number 4, Madden NFL 21.
Football.
Number 5, the GOTY of the year, Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. A game that I'm surprised is still in the top 10, Ghost of Tsushima, number 6.
I'm surprised.
Number 7, Watch Dogs Legion.
Save your money.
Number 8, Minecraft.
How has everyone not bought this game yet? Didn't everyone buy this like when it came out? Like, how is this still selling consistently?
I bought 2 copies because it messed up on me.
Just wait until you hear what number 10 is.
Jesus.
Number 9, NBA 2K21.
Okay.
And number 10, the game that just refuses to die is going to live on in the 3rd console generation, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh my god.
I'm not going to say Fortnite. I'm not going to lie.
What? It will never die.
No. That's going to be
some highlights from like later in the list. Black Ops 3 got number 13, surprisingly.
How?
And Odyssey got number 18.
How? Yo, these what are you people doing? What are you people doing?
Listen,
okay.
It's better than UK having Thief on number 18.
What? Yo, they had to have been giving it away for free for people to just buy it like that. What? Dude, my question is, GTA 5 came out in 2013. It's 2020, 7 years later, and it's still cracking the top 10?
Yep.
Who hasn't bought it yet? Same thing with Minecraft. Who hasn't bought it? You should have bought that shit on the PS3 and upgraded to the PS4 for free. What the hell? Okay. I mean, do you, people, do you.
Do you, but y'all need to play some different games, I swear.
I agree.
Good lord. Okay. I mean, I wasn't expecting that from a top 10 in October of 2020.
So the only way I can see Star Wars Squadrons being that high up is that everybody was saving their money for the PS5 launch.
That's what I was thinking.
Which is going to go into our next segment, the launch of the PS5.
What a
shit show.
What a shit show. Okay.
Brian and I are lucky enough to get one.
They're lucky enough to have bought one for the price that they should have paid for it, which was $500.
So these two topics kind of go hand in hand, so we can actually hit both at once.
Yeah.
Well, let's start off with the PS5 launch in general, like games that came out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in most of the places other than the UK who got it today, it came out on November 12th, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And it released with 5 games that actually matter.
Spider-Man Miles Morales, which if you buy the special edition or whatever, you get remake. Right.
Demon's Souls remake.
Oh my god. Bugsnax was the first PlayStation Plus game for PS5. Bugsnax. Oh.
Bugsnatch. Forever etched in your brain now.
Devil May Cry 5 special edition.
Sackboy.
And the GOAT. Godfall.
Godfall.
And Playroom. I gotta add it.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
good point.
Oh, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Well,
Call of Duty came out this week, didn't
it? No, it came out last week. Came out on the 12th.
Oh, did it? All right.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to hit on the note that this launch is like the weakest, but also like the strongest launch I've seen in a while. Because it's only
like that, so
because it's like 5 games, but they're like good 5 games.
Dude, I think the problem is they're not games that are just next gen.
Yeah.
Like they're sold between the 3 and the 4, so it's hard to say, is it a launch game? Did it come out when the PS5 came out? Yes. But if you have a PS4, you can still play them. It's not like you need like when I think of like a launch game for for any console, like you need to have that console to play that game.
Right.
The only one that is like you need the console, it's not on anything else, is Demon Souls, and that's a remake.
And
And
Godfall.
Godfall's on PC though.
Yeah, Godfall too.
I'll give my review of Godfall when I get my PS5.
Yeah.
I have it. It's chilling over there. I just need the 5.
What the speed of the PS5 alone is amazing. The controller is amazing.
The controller's phenomenal.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I guess we can give our thoughts on it. You already started, Brian, so you can keep going.
I love in Astro's Playroom, just switching between the worlds takes seconds.
Mm-hmm.
The controller, the haptic feedback was really nice, but I just like how the controller feels, and it doesn't feel like it's a piece of plastic in your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I can ever go back to the DualShock 4 after playing with
I tried Bugs Legion and I hated it.
The PS5, in all accounts so far, is phenomenal. I did have one issue where I plugged in my extended storage and it like crashed my PS5.
Okay.
So which I know that's been like an issue recently with just extended storage on the PS5. So I guess until they put a patch out, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
One issue was when I was playing Miles Morales, my system like kind of froze and completely turned off. And I had it was like a software error, I guess.
Yeah, I've heard of that one. It's pretty frequent.
But I haven't had it since. I only had it once. It's very quiet. I've had it turn on. I've heard that fan maybe turn on once or twice, and it only lasts like 10, 15 seconds, and that's it.
Yeah.
So some of the new
Go ahead.
Some of the new stuff that I've noticed that's pretty cool. Demon Souls, rather than having to go from, let's say you're in the Tower of Latria level and you want to go to the Shrine of Storms. In the original, you'd have to go to the Archstone and go to the Nexus, and then in the Nexus you'd go to the Shrine of the Storms statue. And on PS5, even if you do it that way, it's still super fast. But you can also just press the PlayStation button, and you can hover over to the Shrine of Storms and then just teleport from wherever you are. You have to give up your souls, but you can do that. And then I started testing it out also with other games.
Okay.
You can do a cold boot from the game closed into a different level that you weren't on when you started. So like with the DMC5 Special Edition, I could be on mission 3, but if I didn't want to do mission 3 anymore, I could go straight from the main menu of the PS5. I can go to Bloody Palace, and it'll do like all the start screens, and it'll just put me straight into that, not the main menu or anything like that. We hit on this like a little bit before. The Astro's Playroom, you can also do that teleporting thing that I was talking about.
Right.
And there's also once you're in that specific level, it gives you tips and tricks for that level. On Astro's Playroom specifically, it shows you all the collectibles and where they are.
Yes.
For DMC5 Special Edition, it gives you combat tips and other stuff like that. Demon Souls, it gives you terrain tips. So like, if you go over here, something blows up. I haven't tried it for Call of Duty yet. For Miles Morales, I've also noticed you can hop straight from your PS5, another cold boot, into a new activity. So if you just go into into the menu, the game hub, I think they call it,
right.
And you want to do a crime, not do a crime, but stop a crime. You can go straight from the main menu of the PS5 into that crime mission.
Yeah.
So I think all that stuff is cool. They also do a video for when you get a trophy, a 14-second video.
Yeah, I've been deleting those so it doesn't fill up my hard drive.
Yeah, that's gonna be one issue.
You can turn it off.
You can turn it off. You can also up the time if you want, which that's up to you.
Two features so far are the 3D audio.
Yeah, 3D audio is amazing.
And I love that the PlayStation Store isn't an app no more. It's built right in, and it works great.
We already talked on this, but the DualSense controller is just a phenomenal controller. I thought the adaptive triggers were going to be annoying with the resistance at first,
Right.
but no, that they're great. My only fear is that I feel like I'm gonna break it.
Yeah.
The haptic feedback. I thought the game journos were being hyperbolic on how crazy good it is. But no, like when you're in Astro's Playroom, you can also like that's the best place to feel all that stuff.
And I hate to say it, but I think the DualSense kicks Microsoft off the king of the throne for controllers now.
Probably.
Yeah.
I just don't like the layout of Xbox controllers, and I think that's just mostly because I'm used to how the PlayStation layout is.
Yeah.
The haptic feedback is insane. Like in Astro's Playroom specifically, when you're running on metal, it actually does feel like you're running on metal. Like the little taps from your character, it changes with
it really does.
terrain you're touching. If you're running on sand, it's a softer like feedback hit. If you're running on metal, it's like a nice little like ting ting kind of hit, and it's really good.
What was it? It was that like one machine, like you break the balls right in Astro's Playroom. How you really had to pull down on like R2, and I thought I was gonna break the damn thing.
Yeah, I'm like when you're pulling a lever, it actually gives you that like resistance a lever would give you. One of the cool Call of Duty is kind of cool with the adaptive triggers.
Oh, because the shoot, right?
Yeah, and it changes with each gun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, it's not the same for each gun. For snipers, it will be like a hard like press, but it only does it for one. For like submachine guns, it's like it's a faster press down.
Okay.
And it's cool. It's crazy.
So
I can't wait to see like Deathloop, because I heard Deathloop, when the gun can jam in the game or something like that, and then when that happens, you can't push R2 down anymore.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Really?
That's what I've heard. I'm not entirely sure though.
So for Far Cry, then I want guns to jam and break now, so we can have that.
Just like Far Cry 2. But I'm wondering with that if what do you think your predictions are moving forward? Do you think it's going to be something implemented in more games, or do you think it'll kind of be like a 6-axis hype for like a year or two, and then it'll kind of die out, kind of like how 6-axis came out and Uncharted 1 came out with it, and every game was rocking 6-axis features, and then 5 years down the line, nothing had them.
As much as like R&D Sony's put into this with us, see if, especially with their first-party studios, it being around for the rest of the generation.
So you don't think it's kind of like a throwaway, like almost like a gimme? Because 6-axis was almost like a gimme, kind of.
I think so this is where I would stand. That's my biggest fear on it. I think the only thing that would really, because this kind of happened with the Switch when it came out, at HD Rumble, which is kind of like the haptic PS5 controller.
Mm-hmm.
And when the game first came out, when the console first came out, it was crazy because you could actually feel how many, like there was that game with the ice cubes. You could actually feel how many ice cubes were in the container or whatever that you were shaking around. And then there was just a few games that used it and then never again. That's my biggest fear for the PS5 when it comes. I think for sure first parties are still going to use it, but it's like the touchpad on the PS4 controller. Like Assassin's Creed 4 used it for like a little bit, and then
yeah.
And then Ghost of Tsushima, like only first parties use it basically now. Like Ghost of Tsushima used it for the wind and all that. And Days Gone apparently uses it to open the map.
See, I'm excited for them to keep it around for God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn. But God of War for when you throw the Leviathan axe and feel it come back. And then Horizon Zero Dawn for the arrows. Like
the only thing I can really see like going away when we're talking about just a broader sense of all the games that are going to come out on the PS5 is the adaptive triggers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's purely on the fact that I don't know if everyone's going to be down with it. And you can tell they thought that because you can turn off the adaptive triggers for most of the games.
See, I would keep them on right now.
Yeah, I think the thing that's the difference between this and the 6-axis or is just like the 6-axis at the time, or even like the touchpad on the PS4, the 6-axis at the time, it was almost like Sony was trying to like one up the Wii. So they were like, oh, the Wii's got motion control, we got motion control. And like it was almost like a weak feature because they were just trying to like adapt something else. Whereas like the touchpad on the PS4 controller, when it first was a thing, like it almost seemed like it was like too much, but now it's just like seamlessly integrated into games, whether it's like Ghost of Tsushima where you just swipe forward and it shows the wind, or it becomes just like another button to press for like a map. But I haven't used any of the features yet, but from what it sounds like, I hope it's not something where it's just a throwaway 2-3 years down the line where it becomes too much for a developer to implement it in their game that they just don't want to do it.
I think the only thing that's probably where that's going to happen is the adaptive triggers.
Okay.
I don't know if I want them to keep the haptic feedback how it is, because it's it feels great. One of the other features that I forgot to mention when I was talking about this, it's not really like mentioned on anything else, is you can set up presets on how you want your games to be when you start it. So if you want to play the game on the easiest difficulty and you don't want to like go through the menu of doing that, you can go on your options menu on your PS5 and like set it to where, put it on the easiest difficulty, or put it on the hardest difficulty, or there's also the option of like, if you don't want to go into the options and turn on subtitles, you can just have it to where your PS5 just turns on subtitles for you.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
And
so it's like default settings almost, but it goes throughout every application or every game that you play.
I think it's only for PS5 games, so it's not going to work on PS4 games. But
yeah. Okay. I mean, that's pretty cool. The only thing I wanted to touch on before we move on to some other things is, I know we touched on it before, but I think a cool implementation, just visually, because I don't understand it now for the PS4, is having like special edition plates for the PS5, because I saw how easy those things are to remove. And I know you hit on it, Waves, that they did this for the original PS4 and it didn't really catch on, but I just don't understand why there's like special editions of whole new consoles, especially on the PS4, where it wasn't even something as simple as like, I want to buy the shell of this, let me throw my hard drive in, because when you do that, you have to restore your whole hard drive because it's tied to that console. Your hard drive's tied to that console. So it did confuse me a little bit.
It would be it'd be cool if they do that, but I feel like it's just gonna end up being like the PS4 ones.
Yeah, it's just gonna be like a gimme kind of.
They did it for like a little bit, and then the redesign came out, and then they just didn't do it anymore.
Yeah, I think the hard thing with the PS4 too was the actual design, where if you were to do a plate for that, you're only replacing that little like shiny part on the OG PS4, where if you do it for the PS5, it's literally the whole side of the console. Like it's a whole plate. So if you change it black, or if you get a special edition for, God of War, it's going to change the way the whole thing looks and not just like one little section of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll be excited for that, actually. I would pick up like one or
Yeah,
first set.
I think I would pick one or two up if I saw and like mix and match. I think that'd be pretty cool, especially if it's for like a game like God of War or something. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
So something
Imagine
I want to
like
talk.
a AC of Valhalla one. Like
Yeah,
it's just the fucking symbol, you know?
yeah, that'd be dope. I'd be down for it. So you guys both got your PS4s. I was not
Vibes.
not fortunate enough to get one. I tried so hard through so many sites. Um, One thing I want to touch about for the launch, because I know you guys got in for pre-orders. One thing I want to touch on the launch is just how poorly it was handled. And
Yes.
I don't want to say it was poorly handled in the aspect of there wasn't enough consoles. I think Sony made, obviously, they made as many as they physically could.
Mhm.
I don't think that they tried to skimp out and not. I mean, obviously they didn't run their stock dry, but they put out as many as I think they physically could have put out. One thing that annoyed me was when it came to pre-orders was it seemed like people were getting emails for pre-orders that like just they basically said, "Hey, we have a list of 2 million people. I'm going to pick number 7, number 2000, number 10." And they just basically picked random people. There was no process, there was no like research. Like they didn't say like, "Hey, well this person has played this many hours of their PlayStation 4 this year. If we give them a PS5 and a pre-order, they'll probably keep playing." Like, and they send you those stats at the end of the year. They always send you how many trophies you earned, how many hours you played in games. They have all that information. So it just seemed kind of like when it came to the pre-orders, it seemed kind of random. And maybe I'm just being salty about it, but it just seemed kind of random. And then launch day was just a whole different nightmare because it was destroyed by bots and scalpers, and it was awful. It was the worst thing I think I've ever seen in a launch of anything at all.
Yeah, see, I wasn't lucky enough to get an email from Sony for a pre-order. I know that's how Waves got his. I got lucky enough to get a link for Amazon.
I don't know how you got that either.
Kent.
He's got some connections somewhere at Amazon that someone needs to make.
The launch of the PS5 is insane. I haven't seen like this much excitement for a console since like the PS3 launch.
Oh,
yep.
Tell me about it.
PS3 and 360 was huge.
The PS3 launch was insane. Like people were killing people for PS3.
Yeah.
And I don't know. This whole situation sucks, and it's compounded on the fact that there's things going on in the world right now.
Yeah, the big no word is happening.
Yeah, the big no word is happening.
Yeah, resources and everything.
So you can't. They already said there would be a shortage of PS5s because mines aren't open and they're missing a key component, key mineral that goes in the PS5's I think CPU. And so that's causing a shortage. The factories aren't open 100%, so that's causing a shortage. Everything's online, so people are abusing bots.
Yep. Yep.
The main players that are selling these consoles are not following the rules. Walmart, and the minute the PS5 launch date was announced, they weren't supposed to take pre-orders until the next day. Walmart and GameStop, Best Buy, all these places just immediately was like, "Oh, get in here."
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a shitty situation because you have people who actually want to play these games and experience them, hardcore fans that want to play Demon Souls with ray tracing, or they want to play Demon Souls at 60 FPS. They want to play Miles Morales with the ray tracing and 30 FPS and the 60 FPS and all that. But they can't because sadly there's people out there who are buying 10 PS5s and selling them for like $10K, and sadly there's people who are buying them for $10K.
Yeah.
And that's the bigger problem right there.
Yeah, I think
are buying them for that much.
I looked at eBay the last time I was in for one. I'm like, really? No.
The sad thing is, like, I've always I've always not been a fan of scalpers, just because I think it's a dirty way to deal with things. But the thing that I've always said is, like, there's a difference between, like, people scalping and something where you have, like, for instance, a big thing that goes around is people who buy, like, limited edition things, limited edition shoes. You know, what we were just talking about earlier, like, limited edition statues. There's limited edition stuff. It's limited edition. That means if you ever want to resell it, you're like one of the only people that can do it. There's not going to be another wave that comes in and people can buy it. And that's what, like, the scalpers are feeding on right now, is that they're trying to take advantage of, like, there's not that inventory, but it's not limited edition as well. So they're trying to flip it as fast as possible for as much money as possible. So if people just didn't buy it, they would screw themselves. And, like, that's the sad thing, is people can't, they're like, oh, I mean, $1,000 for a PS5, that's not bad. Yes, the fuck it is, dude. You can buy 2 if you just wait a few months. Like, you shouldn't even be considering it. I would. The sad thing is, I would consider it if they were like, if they were saying, like, hey, I got one for $550, I'd be like, okay, I might consider that. Or $600, I might consider it. The problem is, these people scalping are fucking absurd. The minimum I have seen for people selling these things, the disc version, $950.
Ooh. No.
And collectors are kind of ruining it too, because they're also getting the disc version and the digital edition,
right?
Yeah,
just for themselves. And, like, I get that for collecting purposes, but that's something you do down the line.
Yeah,
that's not something you do right at the launch.
Exactly. You know, there's going to be plenty of them down the road if they're going to be selling this console for 6-7 years.
Yeah, and the other thing about the scalpers is, you mentioned it, Waves, with it being, with everything going on right now, everything has been an online launch, and it is, your grandmother could go to a site and download a bot and buy shit off Amazon and do this. It's not like they're doing anything special. It's not like they're creating some fucking genius code that no one else has. They're just going someplace, downloading, because there's videos out there that show you how to do it. Just download some fucking Google Chrome extension and boom, you're going to get yourself a PS5. But there's no integrity to that, and it's just, it's stupid. There's a difference between that and then literally going and waiting in line for the console. I remember going and waiting in line when the Wii came out, and we were waiting in, get this, the store doesn't exist anymore, Circuit City, waiting in a Circuit City line. And what they did is, yeah, you would show up Sunday, whenever they launched, you would show up, I don't know, it wasn't even ridiculous, half an hour before the store opens, really nothing crazy, and they would come out and they would count the first whatever people, 50 people, it was different every time, it might be 20 one time, might be 50, however many they got, and if you were in the first 50, you got one. With everything being online because of everything happening right now, it just adds a whole nother set of frustration. And then there's scalpers out here that are buying 10 to 20 of these things. They're literally dumping their life savings into it to flip them for twice the price. And I honestly hope it comes back and bites them in the ass.
Oh, I agree.
Did you guys see that tweet from one guy where he, like, posted a picture of his, like, 20 PS5s and he was like, fuck your feelings?
Yeah.
And then some other guy doxed him.
Good.
Because he
That's funny as shit. Did you see the post of the guy trying to buy it through Facebook Messenger? And the guys were basically like they were going back and forth, like, and then the last insult he gave him was, I hope you pour cereal into your bowl and you figure out that you don't have any milk in the refrigerator or something like that. I was like, damn, they get in for the throat, dude. That's wild.
One positive story though for all this, there was a guy. He was the first in line for the PS3. His first one to buy a PS3 and a PS4. And since everything going on, Sony actually sent him a PS5 with a letter saying, you were the first one for the 3 and the 4, and we know times are tough. So you're one of the first ones to have a PS5.
That's nice of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think and again, it may be because I'm salty. I just think that the way they handled the pre-orders and everything was done so poorly because they obviously trace how much time you spend playing games. They trace how much money you spend in the store. They know everything the fuck about you. They should have been able to determine who had a higher priority and then sent emails out instead of just literally sending them out to random people. That's what it seemed like, random people. There was people that
of pre-orders.
Yeah, there's people that had like 5 platinums. There's people who like barely play a game and they're getting a PS5. And by the way, who the fuck is buying a PS5 just to play Call of Duty? What is wrong with you? There's people doing that. Like, why would you do that? I mean, whatever. You have the right to do it, but like,
there
why?
Are people out there.
Why? Why are you literally went through every fucking loop and you're like, Call of Duty, baby, that's what I want to play. What?
It's crazy. Like the amount of insanity around the PS5 is just crazy. Like the amount, not insanity, I guess, but hype around it.
Right.
Like there was hype around the PS4, but not like this.
Well, I think the problem is it always has to do with how well the generation before does. So if you look at the PS3, the PS2 was fucking bomb. Like probably the best console ever made. So when the PS3 came out, people were hyping it up. PS3 flopped. For the most part, flopped.
Yeah.
And then so when the PS4 came out, it kind of flew under the radar. I mean, there was probably still some ridiculousness, but nothing like what's going on now. PS4 comes back, beats Xbox ass, and now it's top dog again. So now everyone wants a PS5.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And so far, I cannot, like, PS5 is phenomenal. So it's not like it's going to be a flop. It's phenomenal.
I mean, at least it doesn't look like a refrigerator, so.
Yeah, it just looks like a router. Actually, I was reading a story. The guy who designed it said he wanted to make it bigger, but Sony told me to dial it down.
There's apparently, I guess we can just push this in here in a little bit because game prices are rising. Sony initially wanted $80 for a new game.
Oh,
yeah,
did
I
they?
read that.
Not 70, yeah.
Well, funny story. I don't know if I was watching a video or reading an article about a week ago, but the price of games has stayed the same for 30 years. New games. 30 years. Shit. It's been $60 for 30 years. And we all know that inflation has happened, but that's actually kind of crazy. Like I would have thought games would have slowly, like every generation the price would have gone up $10, but it hasn't. It really hasn't. So I'm not saying I like that games are going up, because obviously you want stuff for the cheapest, but if a game goes up by $10 or $20 and we stop getting all of these bullshit loot boxes and stuff, I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with that.
It's crazy because if you really think about it, and I'm probably going to get hate for saying this, video games should be a luxury item.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like not everyone should be able to buy a PS5.
At least not day one.
Like games used to be $120.
Yeah.
And that's like for 80, that's for like the 80s, adjusted for inflation. I don't even know how much that is.
Okay.
It's gaming like is the most what's the word? Cheap
form of entertainment
out of like all of them.
Self-entertainment, yeah.
It's insane that the price has not changed at all for that long.
No, I think one of my favorite sayings in the last couple months was, if the PS5 price is higher than your credit score, you don't need a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. I haven't heard that one, but I do agree with that 100%. I mean, I don't think you'll get hate waves, because I'm going to be honest with you. I agree with you. I mean, you know, if you can't afford to pay your electric bill, this shouldn't even be in your realm of thought.
Right.
And it's not to like hate like poor people, because I would never do that, because, you know, any one of us could turn poor tomorrow. But I think Yeah, I mean, I do agree. It should be. It is a luxury. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
look at like anything. I mean, look at anything that you do recreational. You know, you want to go play golf and you want to have fun. You know, just to buy a set of clubs is a couple $100 for a cheap set. You want to go play? That's another $50. You want some balls? It's going to cost you another 20 to $30. By the time you look at it, just to go and play one time, you're looking at $300 or $400 for 4 hours of entertainment. So
Yeah, shit.
It definitely, I do agree. I do think that it has kind of
It's also compounded on the fact that games depreciate in value really fast.
Oh yeah.
Resident Evil 3 when it came out was $60. Literally like the next month, and that's probably just more because Resident Evil 3 kind of flopped. It was $20.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's funny you mention that because that's one of the reasons why I've stopped pre-ordering games. I used to pre-order games brand new every single day. Like every single game that came out, I had it day one, and even though I wouldn't play it, I would have it. And over the years, I've realized like 90% of these games I'm not playing day one. So I'm not even going to spend the $60 because 4 or 5 months down the line, I'm going to be able to get it for, half price, maybe less than half price. So why would I spend 60 when I can get it for half price?
Well, there is a nice feature now on the PlayStation 5 where you can add games to your wish list and the system can update you when it goes on sale.
Yeah,
it's kind of nice. I heard they threw the wish list away on the old PS store. That pisses me off because I had some good old PS3 DLCs on there.
Oh.
Yeah, now how will you get your DMC Devil May Cry Virgil's Downfall DLC?
I don't know. I'll have to go do some things that I don't want to name right now.
But yeah, I guess that's a whole completely different topic on whether game prices should be raised. Because like I can see why it should be. Just being a student that wants to be into the industry, talking to teachers that have worked in the industry. $60 is not enough.
No,
I'm okay with $70.
No,
I really am.
I think it's fine because it gives these companies like at the end of the day, it's going to give them a bigger budget. But I do think that there is definitely some mismanagement in the industry as well. But that is just a whole different topic. That's a whole different beast to cover.
The best thing I can think about that's against the $70 price hike is the season passes. If you're buying season passes day one, not on sale or whatever, then you're basically paying more than what you should be paying for. And that's without even counting for what's it called?
Inflation.
Loot boxes.
Yeah, loot boxes. That is actually a good point because if you think about it, take a game like any Call of Duty, right? So any Call of Duty, most people are going to buy it day one that are, hardcore fans, and they're going to buy every single map pack that comes out. So by the time the game finishes, they dumped $60 plus, Call of Duty season pass is usually $50 on top of it. So theoretically, they paid $110 for that game at the end of the day. So, I mean, theoretically, you are paying more, but that $50 is not necessary to experience the game. But
the only way I can see, personally, the price hike being valid is with games like The Last of Us, GOTY, Tsushima, these like primetime games or whatever. Like these are, I think Sony kind of said it, they want to be the theaters of video games. Not necessarily. I think Xbox is they said they're trying to be like the
theater.
Yeah,
you're trying to be the gamer.
Play the gamer, I guess, when Sony wants to be like, they said, the theater of video games. So like I can see a game like The Last of Us or Ghost of Tsushima 2 or even the new God of War and Ragnarok. I can see those being $70 and I'm personally fine with that.
Yeah.
With a game like Call of Duty, where you're going to get loot box, you're going to get season pass, you're going to get what's that new thing where you get levels up now?
Like a battle pass kind of.
You're gonna get battle pass, and then there's like the super battle pass version.
Yeah, battle pass every season, and they get to control the season.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah, I mean,
at that point you're just robbing.
Yeah,
people.
Right.
I agree.
They're becoming a monopoly.
I think like you said, it's justified for like, it's almost hard to say, but like the big games, but like even like a game like Assassin's Creed. I mean, I think if Ubisoft is planning to do DLC, like there should when they submit their game, there should be some sort of application, and like that should be like something that's in it. Like, will this game have a season pass? Obviously, Assassin's Creed is, because they're fucking selling a gold edition that has it with the game. There's gonna be DLC. So in that case, the game should be less than a game like Ghost of Tsushima 2, like you're saying, or Last of Us or something, where it's going to be like a premium game and there's probably not going to be DLC. Like, the game is going to be the experience that you get day one.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
But we can delve into that on another. Yeah, and if we don't have to talk about everything tonight. I mean, we can talk into that later. So, wrapping this up, it is the middle of November, almost getting to the end of it. I personally don't have anything to add to this, but do you guys have any predictions for Plus games for December?
I thought it'd be fun to do because we will get the announcement, I believe, next week.
Should.
I'm thinking either it's gonna be God of War, because we have yet to see that and it's been out long enough, and maybe a Lego game because of all the PlayStations being sold for the holidays.
The only way I can see God of War not being on there is because it's on the PlayStation Plus collection on PS5.
True.
I'm also confused on how the PS Plus games work on PS5, because I know Bugsnax is supposed to be a PS Plus game till January.
Right.
So are we getting a PS5 game next month?
And then I don't think we are, but I think then Destruction All Stars is going to be the one for February, I think they said.
So Bugsnax is going to stay there for 2 months?
Yeah. I think until we start getting like a bigger lineup for PS5 games.
I mean, that totally, makes sense. I can understand it.
I guess for PS4, PS Plus games, I could see like a Lego game being on there.
Yeah.
Oh, no, there's so many PS4 games. Right now, they started actually putting in like real games.
Right. Well, that's why I say God of War.
Yeah.
And plus, with the announcement of Ragnarok 2 as well, so.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see like an Assassin's Creed game up there, like one of the like Origins or something.
They're gonna give you Rogue.
I mean, they won't do it, but like it would be interesting to see it, just because I don't even know if, I mean, I don't stay on top of it every single month, but like I don't even know if they've given one away in any Plus.
I don't know, in all honesty.
The only thing that I remember them giving away for free was the Unity DLC, because the game launched so bad.
Oh yeah.
I need to stop, man. I feel like I've been jerking off Assassin's Creed all night. I'm not. I swear to God, like I'm not trying to jerk it off, but like it's probably in my top 3 like favorite franchises. So
Ubisoft, just send him a signed copy of a game or something.
I can't wait for them to make like AC Unity remastered or something on the PS5 and it actually be playable.
And I'll play it, dude. That'll be fucking bomb. That's what I'm asking for. Yo, Ubisoft, just just hit me up with a little sponsor, something like that, something like that. No big deal.
We're a growing channel. We need sponsorship.
I can't wait till we get sponsored by like Manscaped or something.
Manscaped.
I'm gonna use that shit right before the podcast starts and let everyone know.
You guys have hairy balls. Me too. With Manscaped.
Not anymore. I don't want to mention what else is going on down there right now, but It's clean as a whistle.
And for anybody who want to realize, it's like going on 3 a.m. while we're recording this. So
yeah, it's all good. Keep it semi-professional.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I think that's gonna about wrap this up. Going into next week, it did get released this week, but we're not gonna discuss it just because we want some time to let it marinate a little bit. But the Game Award nominees were put out a few days ago.
Today.
Today. Okay, shit. Where have I been? So we wanted to let that marinate for a week, and then we'll come back and discuss that. That'll be the big topic. Next week.
Yeah.
Next week we'll keep the same new games of the week.
Games we've played.
We'll I think next week we're going to mainly focus on the Game Awards stuff.
Yeah.
We'll read out the nominees, make our predictions, stuff.
If any new updates hit, like for the PS5, PS4, new DLC out for certain games, we'll talk about that as well.
Yep.
That being said, if anyone has a topic they want to have on the podcast, put it in the comments below or tweet us.
Yep.
On Twitter. So
yeah, we'll keep the same general structure. It may move around. Oh, my computer just made noises because virus and threat protection is going to be in there. We may organize it because we kind of just threw it together this week, but we'll keep the same general segments. Typically games we've played, new games that have come out this week. If there's any major updates to any games, we'll discuss those. And then we'll probably, you guys are probably fine with it, but we'll throw some segments in there every here and there. Maybe we'll have a discussion about, do we enjoy stacking games, even though we kind of talked about that now.
Right.
We may go more in depth. We'll, again, maybe get some guests here and there, probably not too often, but here and there we may pull somebody in. And then, if like Wave said, if you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below or tweet out, rogue_hunters on Twitter, and we'll add it to our list of things.
If any big industry news happens, we'll be sure to talk about it on the podcast. Most of the podcast probably won't be this long. This one was the first one, so
yeah, this was the intro, so we wanted to kind of give our background. It's going on 2 hours and 45 minutes, so I'm sure people are happy about that one. But typically these will probably range between anywhere 1 to 2 hours max is what I'm thinking in the future.
And in all aspects, Stickle, people should be happy. They've been asking for a 1 hour trophy talk from you, and now they've got it.
Well, it's not technically a trophy talk, but I will make sure to make my trophy talk 10 minutes now. No, I'm just messing around. Sometimes it's weird because sometimes, for instance, when I did the introduction, I was trying to be very formal about things. Sometimes I literally can talk out of my ass for 20 minutes about absolutely nothing. And I don't know how I do it, but somehow I do it.
Oh yeah, I get that.
I don't know.
But hey, if people like it, sure. That's fine.
Well, that's why everybody wants an hour video from you.
Right. I know, but now you get whatever I get for the trophy talk, and you'll get this podcast every week. Hopefully every week.
We're trying.
Someone's got to keep me in line.
We're gonna try to shoot for every Wednesday, upload every week.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot Wednesday.
We should try for Tuesdays, probably.
Well, we're gonna
record Tuesday.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I guess I should throw that out there for everyone. So if you want to get topics in for these, we're going to record these on Tuesday night Eastern, probably 9 Eastern or something like that, and then it's going to be uploaded on Wednesday night Eastern evening, probably around dinner, 7 Eastern, something like that. So that'll be the typical schedule. This one's going to be out a little late because we ran into some hiccups, but it's out.
Yeah, thanks, Waves.
Yeah.
That's not my
yeah, because you had something to do with some stupid schoolwork or something.
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that. Tell your partners to stop deleting your projects, man.
You know what's sad about that? My teacher told me today, "Oh, it's not due tomorrow. You have 2 more weeks." Like
Oh
literally
my.
10 minutes ago.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's how you end a night right there.
Yeah. Catch us next time on Rogue Hunters.
We'll be here.